Yes, people, we're just doing a little live and that. I just had some bad news about PP. So no shouting, no having to go at people. We're not doing any roasting on this thing. PP, man, I'm so sorry about your dog and that, lads. I know how much you love your dogs and that. I'm out of character here. I'm devastated for you. I can't imagine how you're feeling. I know you love them dogs like your family, man. I hope he gets better. I genuinely do. Generally do, man. I don't wish that on anyone. I'm a big. Oh yes, right. I was just saying about that's why I done the heading, man. The PP, man. I'm so sorry about your dog, lad. Fucking hell, man. I know fighting Irish. How are you, lads? I just literally heard some bad news. Fighting Irish about it. I'm doing a nice, quiet, positive live. I am. We've had some bad news about PP, man. Fucking heartbreaking news. His dog is not well. Had a fit on there when he was on the live stream. He had to fucking abruptly stop it. Oh, thank you, Billy. That's really nice, of you, mate. That's really nice. Yeah, no, I just heard about how are you, YouTube idiots? No, man, I'm not me for six. What I heard about PP and his dog. That's fucking terrible. I don't wish that on anyone. I know he's going to be devastated. PP's got a big heart. He loves his dog to bits, don't he? He loves his dog to bits, man. Mermaid, how are you? We're doing a nice little quiet live. We are like just a random quiet live. You know, man. Just imagine what PP's going through right now, living. You know. Callie, I just heard now that Ned Kelly, how are you, man? We're just doing a little random positive live for PP. I had a bit of bad news about him. We have a bit of bad news and that, so I know exactly how he's feeling right now. Yeah, just do a nice little positive live. Why not? Like sport here that I do a lot with breeds. I'm just here listening, mate. For fighting Irish, look, oh Peggy, how are you? You all, any of you, you're all welcome in here anytime. Bristol Bomber, man, big up yourself. Mermaid, I see you there. See you, man. Yeah, but people who can tell a lot by the way. So I'll put the link up for you all now, man. You know, if you can tell a lot by the way someone is with their dogs and that. Horrible, man. I don't wish that on any fucker, man. Don't wish it on anyone. I'll get the link out, man. I'm out of character to give the dog a bowl of food, then went to the back of the go on, Craig. You know, anybody else but you, John Smith, I would accuse you of having a time slot to shoot Merseyside. No, this is a total random live, man. At the end of the day, look, I'm doing this one for PP, as you can see in the heading, right? And it doesn't matter, right? Look, PP and Expo, right, are still a big part of this community. And even though I roast them, right, I still love. How are you, Incognito? Chemical glasses go on. Look, right, I still love PP, and I don't wish anything bad on him. Do you know what I mean? And fucking, I know you're all gonna hate me for saying right, but I even love that little beg Expo, man. Got a big heart for him. No, he's a good family man. He's trying to fucking do good, and he like so. It's not easy for people like him. I'll get the link up for you all now. Yeah, it's just a random one. Yeah, Callie saying me there's too many people. It's at 61 on a little quiet one. We're not even fucking. We're 3 minutes and a couple of seconds. Sorry, nearly a couple of 4 minutes in there. Get the link out. Yeah, but I was nice, Callie. I was just on Tunes' chat, just having a normal talk, just talking about dogs. We were all showing our dogs and that. So it's nice when we can all get along. Do you know what I mean? It's actually fucking nice. No shouting, right? Or I don't want anyone on arguing, man, please. I'm not going to kick anyone off. You want all come on, have a chat and that. 2 seconds. God, why is my fucking phone doing this right there? Oh, John Boy. Fucking hell, man. He's everywhere, our John Boy, and he's fair play to him. John Boy, I like that. There we go, I got it. Right, I'll put the link up, man. don't mind a little dog off, you know, where we all show our dogs and that. It was nice, that. I enjoyed that. It's probably because of the heat. He might have a stroke pain. It's just, yeah, pugs and friends. That's mad, Callie. What you just said then, I literally just said that less than 5 minutes ago on a panel, you know. Those little dogs, they're prone to it, and with the heat, they get breathing problems, and, you know.
Hi,
Yeah,
John.
how are you, lad?
Ah, you alright, mate? Can't get to fucking sleep, mate. Fucking sitting
Fucking
lying
hell,
on
man,
the
same here. I can, but you know, when you go past the point of tiredness, not the reason why I'm like, it's a totally random life. I didn't know. I just heard about PP. What happened to his dog? That's sad, isn't it?
My Callie was just sitting there in the chat. I didn't even know, mate.
I've literally found out not even 10 minutes ago. I was on Tunes' chat, and he said his dog started fitting. He had to abruptly stop his life. Like, that's fucking heartbreaking.
Oh, fuck, man.
Not nice, like.
No. Like you say about people with their pets, John, it's all a laugh and a joke, but like there's times you hated, like you say, step out of character, mate.
Yeah, I had a really old dog. Right, super old dog. Why you wouldn't even believe how old it was. Just it was so ill for it. We took it on end of life care. Well, years ago, it was old. Years ago, about 6 years ago, it was old then. And it was
I didn't
horrible.
know you done that aftercare of life thing. I heard banter and
Yeah,
saying to
we
you.
took him in. Me and Callie, we done like an aftercare, you know, like an end of life care thing with dogs. And the person who
Yeah.
had the dog, they were really, really ill. They had COVID. They were living in a top floor flat, and we just decided, you know, he can come and live his rest of his days with us.
That's
Oh, do you know,
fair
I'm
play,
filling up with
John.
tears, like thinking of it, like, you know, it was all
See,
flat and big,
that's
the
John.
whole.
I've always got cats for that reason, mate. Because I think the bond I seen, my father had got a dog and it had diabetes, so he was paying like a fortune every month for insulin and that for it. And the dog was like blind and banging into walls and that's it. My dad's at the end. He was like, "Ken, I'm just keeping this dog alive for the like. He just couldn't let go of it, and it had no life and." That broke his
Yeah.
heart and mine's too. So I've just always got cats because the fucking cats kind of just go away and then they come back, eh?
God, my wife is obsessed, Lambie. I'm not joking. Why she got like, she's in the chat, Callie. No, that's my wife.
Yeah, mate.
But she's upset. Why she got why? I'm not joking. You know, if she gets like a sausage dog, right? She got to get all the colours. She's one of them. You know, when she buys trainers, right? And I'm not like bigging myself up or anything like that. Right? Look, I struggle as much as the next man, right? She got 10, like, got to be like a couple of, like, I don't know, like 10 grand worth of trainers, right? She don't wear. They've never taken them out of the box, and I'm like, Callie, why are you doing that? Like, she go, and they're all the same trainers. Then,
It's
like, night.
obsessive, John. It's
Yeah, and she
obsessive.
goes, because I
I've
haven't got
got
that colour.
Yep.
She does it with fucking dogs, right? Oh, go on, right, look at his name. That's funny as fuck. John the Smith or something.
John the Slayer.
John the Slayer. Go on, Dan. Yeah,
You
but
been
we were just
behaving,
saying,
Riley?
like,
You're right, Gav.
It's no Gav, but I'll let you off.
Oh shit, sorry, man.
Strike two. Oh yeah, how are you getting on, mate?
Right, man. Sorry, you got the same profile picture almost.
But a Scottish balloon.
What it was Gav.
I think Gav's
Gav's
going to
in-
be
Gav's
happy
in-
about that.
Gav's in the chat there.
I know, mate. No, I'm joking. We're from the same area, so that's easy. It's an easy mistake to make, mate.
I do get you mixed up all the time, to be honest.
he's all right, Gav B. I'll say that. I got
John,
a
we're
big
both
heart
for
for the
Fife.
Scottish.
We're both for Fife. It's like a wee region of mining villages, mate. So that's probably we're only two, I think, on YouTube for Fife. Men, anyway. There's a female.
Do you know what? There's 3 people who I know really, really, really well on here, right? And I know all their friends and they know all mine and I know everything about them, right? The one is, you know, Cullen? You know Cullen Mays, the one who does
Yeah.
the
Oh, I
interviews
see.
on.
Is that him that done the Tommy Robinson with that?
Yeah,
Guy?
right.
Yep.
Every time I'm in town on a weekend with the kids, right, I always see him in town and that. And I knew Cullen, right, at his absolute fucking worst. Like, you know, when he was scoring and that, right,
Yeah.
I knew him at his absolute worst, right? Boss Dog, right? Boss Dog comes from a, like, like a very well-to-do, like well-respected family. Like runs like a business in Cardiff, and he's like a plumber, and he takes pride in his place. And I don't want to say too much about him. But
No.
Joe Brown, my mod.
Yeah, one of the mods yesterday, Joe.
Yeah, lovely guy. I know who he is as well. I know them all. Like there's another couple on here, right? You wouldn't think is from Cardiff, right? They've never been on panels. They think they're from Scotland. I don't want to say who it is, right? But they're other people. Like, yeah, it's just about
I
7
hope
people
PP's
on here.
dog's
I know
okay.
well.
What's that, John?
Somebody saying PP, what is it? Can't help but feel for PP. Yeah, his dog, man. He had a new dog just not even so long ago.
Yeah,
Nice
same
little dog.
here. I know. Look, I know. I roast him all the time, PP, and that, right? But PP knows that he's never
Nice little
personal
dog
with
he's
him,
got.
right? And tonight I'm heartbroken because I know
Yeah.
exactly how he's feeling.
John PP plays the game as well as the next man, but
Really,
like,
really
like
good
you
conversation.
say, like you say, it's at times like this you just take to put down the swords kind of thing for.
Really good conversation PP had with that Ben Horns basement. It's his latest video on his channel. PP really had a good conversation with that Ben dude, and that Ben dude really shown some of his. Well, I didn't. It was watching it. I thought, I understand why you've fallen out with him now, kind of thing.
Look, right, I'm not having a go, right? I'm out of character tonight, right? That Ben, right? Lambie, I think you know exactly what I'm going to say, right? You're very switched on. Yeah, you were one of the first ones who noticed it. Look, he's got serious, right, mental health
problems.
issues. Yeah, he got shit, right? People with problems like this, they get real big ups where they're confident and everything like that, and then they crash. I knew when he done that big thing, he was on Venoms, right?
Yes.
I knew that he was on either speed or he's taken something. And then I knew before he even said it, when he was on PP's tonight, right, that he was drunk. And I didn't want to roast. If I wanted to, I could have roasted him hard.
It's the hell, man.
But the way I roasted him on my live, I done it in a funny way, and then I took it down the next day. Do you know what I mean? Out of respect for his mental health. That's why I done it with Expo. Have you noticed all the big roasts I do with him? I take him down because at the end of the day, I do it for fun, and I don't want anyone to be upset. Do you know what I mean? It's like PP tonight. I don't want him feeling like he's feeling and that.
I just hope his dog does get better because I do know
you can still hear like John. See the way I look at it with you and you're selling Expo, right? Isn't it like we're saying nobody's bulletproof on this platform, and you know Expo probably as well as us better than most people on this. So if anybody's going to hear a dig at him for a laugh, it's probably better it is you because you know for his family, he knows yours. So it's like he says, it's showbiz, and you can't expect to get it and not get it back.
Listen, I might as well tell you all the truth. So I'm going to come out and say I'll tell you all the truth.
I
love him to bits. Lambie, I genuinely love him to bits, right? Because I know he's had an hard life, right? And I know he's struggling, and I know he's trying to make good. And when I do this online, right, look, it comes to the point, and I'm not joking, right? Callie will tell you, right? It's like I got like a sideline business on the go, right? I've always done I'm doing like mad shifts and that. And it comes to the point I can't be online all the time, and the kids are getting older, and I just wanted to make a little community for myself, yeah, and have a little live, and do you know what I mean?
John, I'll not lie to you.
Ask
anybody all through the week. I've been saying all through last week. I was waiting on Friday. Like that was the fuck.
There you go. I've noticed now exactly like Expo, right? People are relying on me to go live now, and they're enjoying it, right? And it's all full of laughing faces.
I said that to Cass
all week. That picture of your dog in the corner instead of the StreamYard picture. What's that?
Oh, my dog! I know it's hard to believe, right? But my dog, right, can jump about 7 foot.
That's a real picture, John.
And that's just the back legs. That's one of the Dobermans jumping in the living room.
Dog flying through the sky.
It's not photoshopped. It's fucking a real jump.
Those legs there, right? If you look in the top right-hand corner, everyone in the chat, those legs are about the back legs, not the front legs, are about 7 foot in the air.
It looks like a dog leaping from one end of the room to the next.
If you think about somebody sitting on that chair, right, would be about 4 foot the head to the foot. So you're saying that at least its body would be at least that in the air,
Flies, Callie, I was just going to say the same, right? We got one, them really big You know them really big Victorian old houses, them really massive ones. They're like 3
High
stories.
ceilings.
Yeah, extremely high ceilings. She can hit the lampshade in the main parlour because we got 2 living rooms. I got my little man cave, and then there's like a massive living room, and then another room in between that, and then there's my man cave. And I'm not joking, right? My wife will tell you. I can't even say it because fucking she sat next to me. All I gotta say is the fly word, right? And she's fucking up.
I was going to say, I'd like to see
And
the
she can
video.
catch fucking flies, man. That's fucking.
I'd
I
like to
can't
see the
even.
video of that dog from the start to its finish, because it looks like the dog's about to, like, well, I'd like to, you know what I mean? The video from where that picture's been taken.
Should I be honest? The cameras, right? You know, when I show it on the phone, it does no justice. The dogs are about the size of a pony. They're like one of the biggest dogs you can get.
I just use the couch as a size hanging. That's like fucking.
Looks like it's jumping from one sofa to the next or something.
Oh,
I tell you what, I bet it was in there for some time. It's not jumped off the couch, John. That's off the flare.
That's a frisbee dog. That's a dog that's going to be good at playing frisbee with you, for sure.
John, is that jumped off the couch or is that off the flare? That's that height.
No, that's just no. Sorry, tell a lie. That's off. You can't see it. It's off to the one side. That's jumped up. But
Right.
Callie, right? Look, you know, as God is my witness, and I swear this down now, right? We go through with the Dobermans because that's their little room as well. We go through about 3 sets of settees a year, right? And we've only just very, very, very recently bought another settee. We thought, right, okay, we're gonna buy a decent one, in it's a couple of grand. We got it a little bit cheaper though, but yeah, man, we get so much settees, but it's a labour of love because
I was just
with
going
these
to
dogs, you got to be.
say that, John. If you're doing it for all the right reasons, and it's worth it in the end. Some people use it like just as a job, and some people, the right people, do it for the right reasons.
So I'd be honest, right? My wife, right? She's always been. I don't care, like, you know, I'm open with everyone on here, right? She's a massive animal lover. Her parents have been. She's been, right, and I believe, and I've looked into it. You know, when children are brought up with animals, it teaches them empathy and it makes them realise that they're not the most important thing. That there's other things that need
Dogs
love, and it
far more
makes them
important than
care for other
humans.
people, and they carry that on into later life.
We all love dogs more than humans. Let's just admit it.
Listen, I tell you what, right? You know, when you come home from work, right? That dog, doesn't matter, yeah, if he's ill or whatever, that dog is happy to see you every day. Happy to see you every day.
You know why I want one, John? Is fucking it gives you an excuse to get up and go out and walk, mate. Because I've been lazy this summer with just spending too much time on YouTube and all that. I've not had nothing to depend on me to get out of the house and that, so I've hardly been fucking out. I think about getting one, but I'm just not sure.
Do you know what? Right? You know, if we all like, and I'm not saying I'm going to do it and whatever, right? But you know, what'd be like nice if this community, like, you know, everyone encouraged people to do, not like behind the scenes. I mean, if we had someone who could do proper editing and like where we write a script and just like every now and then we just encourage, like I've seen nights and where like everyone encourages people to get out of the house and do something, or you know, just have normal
Callie,
talks.
is that picture?
Definitely.
It looks like a horse. Oh, it's your dog, is it? It looks like a horse.
Are you still going on about that picture, Dan?
No, I'm looking at Callie's profile picture. I thought it was a horse at first.
That's her protection dog. That's her dog. That's her protection dog.
No, but it would be a good idea, like, because a lot of people are bound to go through the same things on YouTube. Like I'm not the only person that's spending too much time in their house. I bet, you know what I mean? Things like that.
You're not. Listen, 80 to 90% of the community are in exactly the same position.
There's a lot of people staying up at night time the past few nights because of this heat. No one can sleep.
Oh, Dan, funny, I usually disagree with you, but the heat, wow. It's fucking clammy the night, like.
People have been up, just
I'm meant to be at my mum's more early. I said that after Irish season of 4 Tunesies, I was going to my bed and I've just been lying watching the telly and I cannot sleep at all with this heat.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that comment on the screen. She's like a horse. We ordered her from a facility in Serbia, and my God, she travelled like nearly like 600-700 miles to get to us. And the second she came in, she was nothing but happy. Nothing but happy, man. Money well spent. That was Callie. Money well
Don't know
spent.
what live I seen you going around your dogs. I think it was maybe your own channel, John. But like, you just can tell with people's dogs the way they're treated. Like Incog in the chat, his dog Marcus. Just the bond
the way
they've got.
Lion King's dogs treat him doesn't seem good. Have you seen the way Lion?
Oh,
They
It
seen
took
some of
him for a
Lion
walk.
King's
You know when he
wounds?
went for a jog, an Expo Fair Play, he made that video with that a wimmo, a wimmo, a wimmo. You know that song in it, and he's running with a
in the
dog, right?
jungle.
And it genuinely looks like the dog's taking him for a fucking
Got
walk.
so many. You've got battle. He's like, my dog bit me here. It's like, fucking hell, your dogs don't like you very
Is
much.
Lion King still sleeping in a tent, or is he back in his house? Is he?
He had no front door one time. I saw.
He was in a tent a fortnight ago, but fuck.
The front door was on the floor. He's like, I don't need a front door. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't need a front.
Fuck off.
Then his windows got
honestly,
swear I
John,
never knew
the
that.
guy is insane.
Then his windows got put through. And he's like, I don't need windows. Fuck it.
I
Yeah,
says
and
to
he's
him
got a
one
big
night,
heart. Listen, do
Yep.
you know what? I can tell he's got serious mental health issues. Yeah,
serious, yep.
he's and I got it on good authority. Right, he's had a bit of an hard life. Like
John, I
really
was
hard
going
life.
in on him one night. You know how you can flyly kind of slag somebody by asking them questions, well, of course you do. But I was saying, oh, how are you getting on with your fighting? What was your approach? And he was just falling for everyone. And I see about, to be honest, about 2 minutes into it, I
was
just
funny
I
last
feel
night
like
on
this isn't
Expo.
good.
Funny last night on Expo, him and looking Ash String. Oh my God.
But the thing is, you put in it, you just get him going, and he just can't stop, and he just keeps digging himself.
If you wind the Lion King up and wind Ash String up and then put them together, it's fucking comedy gold for an hour.
It does get repetitive after a while. Then.
Do you know what I'm starting to warm to? You know that Daryl. You know
Yeah,
Daryl. The one who got a voice like that.
his boss.
Daryl. Daryl, right?
Yes,
I
his
think
boss.
he's relentless. You know, he's got, okay. I know he got one-liners, right? And some people get like super fed up and angry. But I love that he makes people super fed up and
Well,
angry.
he's top class at that. See what it is? It's the same. See if he wouldn't just say the same. If he's one liner, if he just said it once, but it's the 5, 6, 7,
Shaved
8.
his eyebrows off, didn't he?
That's what it just like I've seen him on Expos, and you're like, fucking just shut up for 1 minute, please, man.
And now what
he's
worse than me for talking over people, isn't he?
He's respect to the craft,
alive.
He does that. He can do that.
Him and Daryl know each other, right? Look, they did. I clocked it, right? They had a proper argument. I had to throw them off to protect them both, and that. Right? They started saying because they're both from this like fucking the same boroughs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were on my live last night, yeah, and they were fucking going for it. Right, and I'm not joking, right? They were proper going for it, like, and I thought I'm not letting my channel be like the other channels. Will encourage them to meet up, and that I just, you know, it comes to a point where I got to keep it as comedy. I don't let it get too serious on me.
Oh, John, before I forget, I was watching YouTube Asylum the day, and that Pez was calling you Lammy. He was going, Lammy. I was like, it's because I'd been on a live film earlier that night when it was maybe like half a gallon of alcohol into him.
Always good to go up and have a catch up. It's a good channel to go in. If you just want to catch up on all the latest, it's good for that.
Who's that?
YouTube Asylum.
Aye. He's one of the best unbiased clippers for every morning.
I wouldn't even say he's a clipper. I wouldn't even say he's a clipper. I'd say he's more
that's
like a highlight.
Shall I give my honest opinion?
Look,
I got to be honest about, Rob, YouTube Asylum. I got to be proper honest. Look, he's too deep. And I mean this in the nicest way, right? Look, I know, all of us has lost our temper, like all the big characters, haven't we? We've all lost our temper and said fucking like some mad shit where we've got triggered, right? And I put my hands up, I have, right? And I know we have it, right? And everything. But I got to be proper honest. I think he's too deep entrenched in it, in YouTube. And I think he's spending too much time watching it. And I genuinely think he needs a real break.
See his big mate, John, this Leafy guy, this could be his thing. He's taking him to the gym and all that, and he's breaking him the cycle a bit. This turning a new leaf guy could be a good thing for Rob. Like,
Oh yeah, I've seen Rob doing a little live. So it's bloody.
He's getting
I've
them out in the house, like we were
seen a
saying.
little live with that. Yeah.
The
I
guy's
bet
been
because imagine much the time it takes to get all the highlights and stuff and do it all. It must take up a lot of his time. To where he doesn't have
you'll
time for
hear a
other
little
stuff.
team like you'll hear a couple of people that'll just you couldn't do that yourself. You couldn't do that yourself.
Yeah,
Shall I be? You know what you just said there, when he puts his time in with the videos, right? There's only 2 people in this community, right, who put bare time into it, right? Number one, and I believe that them people are worth, like, you know, like the Coffee Link and where
Yeah,
I say fair play, and Rob as well. He does his like, you know, editing and that, right? His YouTube, sorry, his co-vidiot, right?
yeah,
Number one,
he was
his
hilarious
videos to
yesterday.
do, right, can take about
amazing.
30 fucking hours, bro.
Yeah,
Right, the long ones they can take, and you got, I mean, 30 hours of watch time on a
he's a
computer.
cracker,
Did you
man.
see his one
Idiot.
yesterday,
He
John?
is a cracker.
The one he done yesterday with, I think it was Brian Cockrell. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that was hilarious. It's a fucking superhero guy.
See, a lot of people. I really don't like it when people take the piss out of Brian, because I really like Brian, but I don't think there was
Dan,
any.
come
There
on,
was
man.
There wasn't really any malicious in that. I think that was quite a good one.
That's
what I
good.
mean.
No, I want to, this is what I want people to have their opinions and,
Yeah,
and
it
speak.
was.
Go on, speak up, speak your mind, right? Out of character and everything, right? What you generally think of Brian in his situation that he's
I've
in
always
now?
liked
I'll
Brian. I've always
genuinely
liked
tell
Brian.
you, Matt. I think I think you can't jump about and make people see their dads weeping and all that, and no expect of the young boys to grow up and turn into men and not hate coming back to you.
Well,
It's just, and then bragging about the story still to this day. I think if you're a changed man, you should be. I don't know. It should either be doing books or something rather than. I just think I think sometimes you reap what you sow, and I think if you like, if I seen my dad,
I've been enjoying watching
2 seconds, Dan.
Paddy.
If I seen my dad brought me into tears, and I was a young boy, and I grew older, I'd have like anger in me towards who made my dad like that. I would think.
Yeah. I've been enjoying watching Paddy Conroy for the past couple of videos.
I can, and do you know what? I'm going to be brutally honest. I can't understand the word he says.
Sometimes
And I'm not
his
being,
accent's quite
rude
thick,
or
isn't it?
anything, right? I genuinely can't understand what he's saying.
He has got a thick accent.
Paddy's hilarious when you can't. He doesn't even intentionally funny. It's just some of the things
He's relentless. So listen, that guy, and he's genuinely, right? Look, he was running things years ago, yeah. And every jail he was in, listen, he wasn't just running a landing, right? Or fucking, he wasn't just a big man of himself. He was running shit, right? And I know that for a fact. And
Johnny's no book smart, but he's fucking switched on big time, like so sharp as a.
Paddy Conroy is. Sometimes you can watch Paddy Conroy and you can.
Saying that, he is book smart because he talks about, like, I can't remember, he was going into this thing about this star trail that we were going through in winter, and I looked it up and it was spot on.
I watched him when he was talking about that.
He's a pretty. Oh no, I'm not going to lie. I'll give my boot lot honest opinion. He's a very, very switched on guy. He's very relentless,
generally
and he's
smart,
very aware, and he knows hell of a lot of people, not just up and down the country. He knows people in Spain. He knows people in Dubai. Right, he's got a massive network, right, and he's not something to be underestimated. But I got to give my boot opinion on Brian, and I'm not a character here, right? I genuinely think Brian's got one of the most biggest arts on YouTube, and he genuinely wants to help people, right? And fair play to Emma, right? She takes care of him, right? I see the way she looks at him, right? Emma loves the bones of him. Right?
Household name, really, Brian, for years. Like, even as a kid,
he was for about
my granddad
15 years ago.
You know, when I was a kid, being like a young lad, you'd hear your dad and your granddad and that talking about Brian Cogan. He's a famous man.
Fucking hell, known all up and down the country.
See, what ruined him a bit was that McIntyre documentary, because it kind of made him look like a bit of a dark.
Yeah, but that's when he fell out of favour. That's look, right? McIntyre did, and I understand it now.
Everybody's seen
McIntyre done the interviews with Paddy. He done McIntyre done Paddy Conroy, and he done God, what's his name? Brian Cockrell. yeah, but because you're not allowed to glorify crime, right? He had to wait until they hit their demise, so there was a story to tell. When he made that documentary, they come to the end running things.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Ah,
So their story had a beginning, a middle, and an end. Do you know what I mean? So then they can tell the story in the documentary.
yeah.
It's literally a probably there's not many households you can be in and say, "Oh, Brian Cockwood." Most people will be like, "Oh, I know who you mean."
Yeah, but that's only people of our age. If they, let's be honest, right? Back then, the world belonged to the strong man and a bodybuilder and the one who could.
Lenny
Do you know what I
McLean's
mean?
and
Do
shit.
you know? Do you know who the gang? Or not the gang will. Do you know where the street gangs belong to now? 16-year-old kids.
Yes.
Right, with a 3D printed gun, who's about 9 stone in a bomber jacket.
Or a
Right, will blow
butterfly
your head off with a
knife,
10
yep,
bar.
and a vicious dog on a chain.
You fucking hit the nail on the head, Lambie. Right, a 16-year-old with a dog, a pocket full of fucking drugs and money,
and a Suron
and a
electric
knife.
bike.
Yeah. But yeah, back in the day, somebody would have been around clipping their ears saying "get a grip," but nowadays they've took over definitely everywhere.
Do you know what it is, Sandy? It's just knife crime. It's knife crime everywhere. Right?
Glasgow's terrible for it, John. Like,
bro, listen, I've been. All of us have been like affected by some type of knife crime or violence or fucking theft because of which is drug related thefts. And if anyone here, right, who's never had a relative who's on it, a brother or a sister, or they've never been on it, right? They can. What's the saying? They can empathise, yeah, but they've never really been in understand. Like I know right now, there's at least 80% of people who are watching this, right, that've either had a drug habit, got off the drugs, and then have been stuck on medication, yeah, and have just got off it and they're lonely in the house, or do you know what I mean? Or they're still payday users, and
then there's 20% that just can't sleep and super hot and want to chat.
Bruv, I sleep like a fucking log, mate. You got no idea. I can just sit on a fucking chair, right? I'm not joking.
Glad you can. It might be your like genes because you got some like
it's
immunity.
to do with your brain sleep.
You might
do you know what it is, Dan? Right, where I'm getting a bit older now, yeah, and the kids are a bit older, and when. I'm working and things like that. My body's a little bit more tired. I didn't, and I'm really brutally honest, right? I didn't plan to stop smoking weed, right? But the past 2-3 months, right? I just gradually stopped. I smoke in 3 times a week.
Loads on the weed, man. I don't even smoke every day.
No, I thought, right, it would have, because what was happening, I'm coming home now, yeah, or by 9 o'clock, right, I'm naturally tired.
Yeah.
And since I've stopped smoking, right, when I'm naturally tired and I was forgetting to wrap a spliff to go to bed with, I have mad, and I mean like dreams. Do you know what I mean? And I'm starting to dream again.
Yeah,
I'm starting to wake up, right, and not still be stoned from the night before. And I feel wicked, right? My bedroom doesn't smell of smoke. My clothes don't smell of smoke. I don't even smoke rollies.
It's great when you have a break. When you have a break and you're a couple of days into your break and you start dreaming again, you're like, this is fun. Finally, I can dream again.
Well, that's your
look at my head. Look how bald. Look at this big Serbian forehead, boys. Look at these eyebrows.
Look at my head, man. My head's bald at the minute.
Whoa, look at them eyebrows go. That's some Serbian brow like you people.
You have got the most famous brows on the internet.
Oh, I know. You see YouTube idiots. He missed when he edited it, right? That cunt missed the eyebrows off. It was one of the most funniest lives, right? He was taking it about 4 a.m, right? This was when Ash was at the top in the community, right? and I mean, this was when nobody used to argue, right? Peggy was #1 mod on Expos, yeah? Everyone got along, right? I mean, everybody. And I just ended up on his live stream, on Ash String's live stream one night, and some guy come on who knew Ash, knew like stuff about him and that, and about some kid called Bluey and all this shit, right? And I was going to the guys like, oh, look at my eyebrows. And we were going, oh, what would you do if you were being attacked? And we were all asking each other mad questions. Like, what would you do if you were attacked by a Chinese man? And I slipped in, and I was like being deadly serious. I was like, right, this is what I do. And I grabbed a pack of noodles, like, and I'm going, yeah, and I just throw him the noodle. Oh, bro. John, you've got a brain, brother. Go on. Oh, it was
Yes,
funny, man.
YouTube idiots.
Yeah, man, I had a blaze earlier. I had a blaze about 8:30 this later, fucking hours ago now.
Bro, I'm smoking one skinners, bro. I can't
I'm
even finish a
yeah.
one skinner. And I'm not even joking.
I've been putting it half out. I've been blazing. I'll be like, right, I'll put that in the plant pot and come back out later for it.
Do you know what, right? And I know it's going to be mad because I know, like, stopping drugs and cannabis for some people, they do it in different ways, right? I never planned for this shit. Honestly,
No.
I never planned it. I was just like, my God, I got in 3 days. I wasn't sat there with a wife. We were driving home.
In my
I go,
20s,
Tally.
oh my, it was. If I didn't have weed in my 20s, I was just like, I used
Oh,
to
mate, I used
drive
to
me up the
smoke
wall.
buckets. I
Yeah,
smoked buckets. Do you know what I mean? And
I was a bucket merchant, John. Buckets and bongs. That's how I didn't smoke fags, mate.
I'd say the past few years,
CBD,
just
then
slowed
I
down a bit.
smoke.
I think I'll always blaze though. I think I'll
I
always
smoke
blaze.
the CBD, yeah. I quite enjoy that. The next it doesn't fuck with my head.
Yeah, I'll always blaze. I think.
Got a body stone and that off it.
Yeah.
But like a joint would blow my tits off.
Do you know what? I don't enjoy it in bed anymore. Right before, like, I had to smoke a spliff in bed, and I'm not joking. I'd be wearing it on my chest right within an hour, where I used to just like make like a massive, huge fucking spliff and absolutely ram it. And I'm
you never get the
Lambie,
palpitations,
right?
John.
Shall I be honest? Right, since I've totally cut it out to the weekends, you know, when I do smoke it, my heart does beat. Not paranoid, right? But it does beat, and it's not as it's just not as enjoyable.
I get that. The fear kind of sometimes I get like.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah, I gotta be.
It's not that people
yeah,
misconstrue
that's why
it as
I'm not
fear.
enjoying it.
It just naturally speeds up your heart rate, and that's what that then sometimes makes you overthink, and that's what sometimes can make people think they're having like a worry. But it's just naturally makes your heart pump a little, doesn't it?
You take more air into your chest as well, and it puts more oxygen in your blood, and it's a knock-on effect. It gives you all the symptoms of heart attack.
If you're not used to it, you know, if you're a bit of a never smoked something.
If you suffer from panic, the best thing to do is tell yourself it's a panic attack or anything like that, and it will pass. It's going to pass.
Or if you've not had a blaze in a week, and then you get some real strong shit, and you're like, "Oh bloody hell, this is hitting me." But I don't get it anymore. When you were younger, you'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm tripping." But
I'm the opposite. I used to fucking blaze my nut off, but as I've got older, I fucking can't handle it.
Yeah, man, true.
You know, Lambie, that's mad. I think what happens, right? Your brain grows, right? As you start reaching your 40s, yeah, or when you're in your 40s, the brain just naturally grows out of it before you even realise it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like in your 20s.
I'm not joking, boys. I was smoking, right, a quarter, yeah, and about sometimes over a quarter a day when I was growing it, right?
Yeah,
and
that
I
was the
grew
same
it
when I was selling it, mate.
not a couple of years, right? I grew it, right, for years, non-stop, every fucking day, right? And I'm not like fucking bigging myself up, right?
But easy, John, in a bucket or a bong, you could do that easily.
No, do you know what I was doing? I was making canna butter and fucking out. I was making like proper like cakes with it. I was making rosin with it. And
I've heard that's meant to be tremendous. Like,
you got right with and I'm not pulling my chain, right? I might even do it a live stream where I make I'll do canna butter. But I make it, right? I put about 2 ounces in. I get 2 ounces, right? Not shake, not, and it's got to be good weed and good buds, yeah. And then what I do, obviously, I boil it. I do a 2-hour, or just under a 2-hour boil because I don't want it to be too headachy. Because you get the sweat, like really sweat where it's intense, right? And the way I like to do it is so if I put a little, like, you know, when you just butter your toast, right, that's enough to make you not get up and do anything for
Kenzie,
fucking 24 hours.
I thought you meant then that he was just playing Call of Duty.
like Kenzie Kush is saying, CBD, it's got like loads of gateway things into like inflammation. It does things with your neurology and stuff. I don't know Well, it's obviously the government. I'm not going to start talking about the government and war on drugs, but it's ridiculous how they've not legalised.
I was talking to
CBD
Mermaid
and
about
THC.
getting it
They
legal.
shouldn't.
She's got
Right,
a
sorry,
Medicard.
I got to interject. Right, look, I was planning, right,
Mhm.
quite a few years ago for weed to be legal,
You can get
right,
it now.
by 2002, where you could sell it in shops and not get nicked for selling it. You just get a warning for about 6-7 months, and then you shut down, open somewhere else. Right, I was planning on it. Yeah, that was my plan.
Yeah.
Right, but I chose to go with the dogs. And shall I be brutally honest? Yeah, as a cannabis lover, it shouldn't be legal. The UK's not ready for it.
Yeah.
Right,
Not
the
legal,
strength.
but you can get it now. You know, you can get a card,
Well,
a
I was going to
prescription, go
say,
to dispensaries and stuff
Yes,
now.
that
John.
I'm all up for where you can get the can of cards. You go and
Yeah.
see a doctor. They fill out the pack for you. I am all up for that, but not
But not
can
the
of
whole
shops
just
and
I
straight
think the
legal.
not
only good
shops
thing
and
was that
cafes
it
selling it.
takes you away from the guys selling like X, Y, and Z. So like, if you're only into your smoke, you're not going into a house where there maybe be, I don't know, keys or what. Just something else where you could say, oh well, geez, I try that as well. Fuck it, I'll put
I
in
think
extra money. I just think, but personally, because I for years I
think
like to smoke.
psilocybin should be like, you
But
know, I
then
think you
I
should
had
be able to
panic
have that.
disorders and that, John. So I ended up going to the doctor and getting put on Valium for like the anxiety and stuff. And that's the biggest battle in my life is that.
I think you should be able to maybe once every 3 or 4 months apply, and I think you should be able to get psilocybin on as a.
Well,
You know,
apparently microdosing mushrooms is apparently
Oh,
works wonders.
Lampy, I know what you're saying. It does help, but it comes a point where the remedy, i.e., the medication you're covering, becomes a thing that actually makes you worse,
Yep.
right? And medication can only go for a while. And it comes to the point, right, where you're even if it's not addictive like cannabis, you're super reliant on it. Once you're off it, Lampy, you won't. Okay, and I'm not going to lie, it's going to be one of the most hardest things you ever do. You're going to have heart palpitations and everything. You're going to be taken out of your comfort zone, right? But when you do it, right, and you get that day, you'll feel amazing, mate. You've got to trust me on it. I was never one for Valiums and things like that. I was never one for them, but
I take the odd value.
I'm not going to lie.
It's not the
I
odd
have
one though,
taken
Dan.
them,
I'm
but
talking about like doctors free a day kind of stuff for
Yeah.
like 20 years, you know what I mean, 15 years.
Yeah,
It's not good. And the doctor didn't. I didn't find it till later. He shouldn't have prescribed me that for anxiety.
Yeah, Kenzie, fucking microdosing.
They used to call them mother's little helpers years ago, and it was to keep.
Did you know in America, Lampy, you can buy Valiums, and some marzipan over the counter?
Yeah,
No
in
prescription,
Thailand especially.
Mm-hmm.
Wait there, stay there. Let me let the dog through the thing. Callie, if you're listening, I'm going to send the dog up. I'll open a cage for it.
I like to have some psychedelics now and then. Sometimes I like to just have like a good 1 night big trip every few months. But sometimes if I get some stuff, I like to do some microdosing. That's always good.
I don't know. I've got too many demons in my brain to risk it.
Don't do that microdosing. I'll give you an example. Some people, it can work for them, like Plastic Paddy, right? He's my mate. I knew him, right, at the beginning of the pandemic. He's another person I'm close to and I speak to on YouTube. I got a massive channel. And he was microdosing and it worked for him. But someone else was on the same dose, to taking him exactly the same as him, but they didn't work for him. Lambie, if you've got anxiety, right, make plans, right, take baby steps over a year, right? That's what I would do. I'd take baby steps over a year, reduce your medication, and it'll give you a sense of empowerment and something to think about and look forward.
Don't jump straight into psychedelics as
and
well.
You know, when you're on that very last dose, right, the smallest dose they can give you, right, it'll take you at least 2 weeks to get used to it, right? Your body will get used to it. Hover on it for months and months, and then just you make that decision when you want to do it and just stop.
Yeah,
and Lamby, I swear, right, you know, if you do that, I'll give you my number, right? I'll speak to you, and you know, if it doesn't matter if it's late, you know, like say you just want to, even if I just act like an idiot and cheer you up and make you laugh, and do you know what I mean?
I respect John. Like I said, like I was saying, I think it took a good few years just to get from fucking 5 to fucking 3. You know what I mean? But I've got a game plan.
Yeah, man. You can do it, but I got faith in you, man. Video Craig, how are you, lad?
But aye, John, thanks for the conversation, man. I fucking went and rolled out wee single, and I'm going to lie back and just fucking get into the rest of the night and try and I'm doing it at my ma's tomorrow at fucking 9:30. So I hate to get a couple of hours into me, but perfect chilled
You
out
look
one night,
bastard.
John.
All the kicking night, fella. Take care,
Take
man.
care.
brother.
Night.
See you in a bit, man.
Night, John.
Bye,
Good
bye.
night, son. Do you know what? He's a
Is
lovely fella,
Video
Lampy.
Craig about? Oh, Craig?
Yeah, he's in the chat, man. Oh, go on, DG Backup. Do you know, I just looked down DG Backups, man. He's all I use. Coffee link for Tracy. And it's nice, you know, when like everyone's out of character, right? We all just have a chat and fucking
It's
hell,
this
man.
sweet, man.
Everyone in this community, Dan, right? Everyone is okay, man. Everyone.
Everyone's saying. But a lot of people are staying up the past couple of nights. Definitely because there's heat. That's why people are staying up late these past few nights.
Cardiff is all right, mate. I'll be honest. Okay, it was boiling hot.
Oh yeah, you're better for you there.
Oh, it's right upstairs in my house. It's absolutely boiling. She got the air conditioner in her room, lover. So
Could murder air conditioning.
oh, it's freezing in there. It's lovely. I'm not even joking. It's freezing. The only thing is your lips terribly dry.
Say again. Sorry.
You know, with an air conditioner, when because you've got to seal the room, haven't you? You've got to keep the door closed for the cold air. Where it keeps circulating the air, it makes your lips really bad, and that.
Oh yeah. Especially if you fall asleep with them things on, you can put yourself up.
Yeah. If you stay in a room too long, your eyes dry out, your fucking lips, everything. Video Craig, I'll put the link out, man. Jump on.
Yeah,
put the
man.
link out.
Guess I'm Craig.
He's a pretty clever guy, man. I'll give him that.
I was watching. Oh no, it was Simon Kirk earlier. YouTube was. I was watching that the video. Craig did the commentating on the last one. That was good. I forget his name. Bobby.
Fighting Irish hit the nail on the head. Lambie is a good lad, one of the best ones on here. Fighting Irish, I've only like interacted with him over the past 2-3 weeks, right? But I know, like when there's someone on here who's a fucking idiot, there's no bullshit in the guy, man.
You don't
The
have
guy
to
can have a decent conversation, you know. Craig, it doesn't matter, man. Just jump on for a couple of minutes, bro. Fucking hell.
The drunk you are, the better, man. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's all right, man. Just have your seat, man. Just jump on, have a chat. Where have you been tonight, anyway? You been out for a meal and a drink, or clubbing and a meal?
Video Craig's always up to cool stuff, man.
Video Craig, man, he's pretty fucking switched on kid, man. Got a nice little life, and he makes his paper, don't he? Does his little thing and
The Deca Daily's fantastic.
I don't watch it. I can't keep up with that deck of shit, man. I can't do it. It's too much
good
for
little
me,
show,
man.
Good little show. Just takes the piss out of Deca. Calls it the Deca Daily. It's some good stuff.
God, I don't know. That Decker thing for me, right? I can't wrap my head around it.
That's the only thing I consume now with that Deca thing through Video Craig. I just watch Video Craig and that's it.
That's when you say that, just all the clipping channels now, because I genuinely ain't got time for it, bro. What do you do with yourself in a day then?
Well, just at work, that's it.
Do you like play computer games? You got a hobby, what?
No, man, just nothing out the ordinary. Been playing snooker a little bit with my mate. Been going play snooker a couple of
on a full size table, or
yeah, man, yeah.
Go on, my son.
I like snooker and darts, man. They're my favorite. They're my games.
Do you know what? When Shefflin used to play darts, he was a lovely kid. I used to
really enjoy it. He's actually
you know what, right? He was one of them lies, right? And there's loads of them like that. Gav B, not Gav B. Oh God, MK Matt or something like that. They do like topic talks, right? You know, I want a lot of quiet live stream, right? I never ever comment ever on him, right? Shefflin used to be one of the live streams, right? I just used to watch him play darts.
Yeah,
and I look at the kid now, and I think like, and I feel sorry for him. Like I genuinely do. Like, you know, I think he's lost, and you know, I think he's lost with him.
Well, shuffling. earlier on made me absolutely crease with a little short video made called the Irish Dancers. This little dance, he's at a wedding having some fun in it, but he videoed himself dancing. The funniest dance you've ever seen. It
I
really was.
haven't seen it.
It
I haven't
really is
seen him
funny.
on. He
I
is,
do watch it.
right, everyone's going to wait me on here, right, because they're all shuffling bashers, right? I call them the shuffling bangers, right? Nearly 99% of the chat hate him, right? But I live, right? I think he's funny. I've seen a video fighting Irish put up with a Titanic theme tune, and he's on an helipad, right? He's all slowed down in black and white, and he's shuffling doing the helicopter on it. And I thought, my God, that's hilarious. And sometimes when he does go off, right, he's an absolute funny fucker. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, stuff can be funny, man. Really funny.
Did you back up? I was in character that night. It's nothing personal, man.
To be
With
honest, John,
Expo.
I'll be honest with you. I was watching Expo that night, and then I came over. Was it like last night, or the night before? And I seen you was having a bit of one of your Slayer moments. But I know, and I think most people know, it's just sort of like you both got like an old school love where it's, you know.
Yeah, I can't hate him. I can't. I can't explain it. Like
It's an old school love.
Yeah, look, right. Before he even before he even had like 200-300 subs, do you know what I mean? He used to pop on plastic paddies randomly, and
because you used to play FIFA for hours. Like I'd wake up, like you'd wake up and you just pick up your phone and be like, okay, let's have a flip. Who sees live? Oh, Expo's playing FIFA. Go back to sleep. Wake up in the morning. What? They're still playing FIFA. Have a coffee. Have some breakfast. What? They're still playing FIFA. It was like never
did you
ending
know?
FIFA.
Not a lot of people know this. I used to speak to Uncle K on YouTube before he even knew who Expo was, right? And before he even went on a panel, or anyone knew, because he came in through fighting trolls, didn't he? When he used to go on a panel. Uncle K had and not a lot of people will know this, had a weed review channel where he used to wear dreadlocks, right, and do weed reviews. And I used to comment on every video, and I knew he was a character back then.
They were back in the days, man.
And do you know what? I turned around to him and said on there the one day, I said, "Oh, have you ever heard of a guy called Fighting Trot?" I said, "Oh, that weed is nice," and it was on YouTube. I goes, "Oh, that weed's nice. It was a good video and all that." I said, "Oh, by the way," I said, "you're a character, right? You need to get over this channel called Fighting Trot." And all he put is, "Oh, I think I've heard of him." And then the next day, he just randomly introduced himself, and
God, there was some laughs, wasn't they, on Fighting Trolls?
Yeah,
like
and him and Expo
Uncle
hated
K.
each other. They hated the bones of each other, right? But then they ended up loving each other and getting together, and he was, oh my God.
Well, PP's like Expo's side piece almost is it's like a channel.
It's like a Batman and Robin. Expo and PP is very Batman and Robin-esque, you know. It's Batman and Robin-esque. And the backstory's amazing. They're like, it's a bit like Brokeback Mountain, isn't it?
Well, they hated each other, didn't they?
Oh, bruv, we used to, me, Uncle K, JC, right, back in the FIFA day, Monk, right, he was flying Monk. Right, and Expo, we used to roast, right, the ball ends off PP, right? I mean, we used to totally destroy him, but it was through laughter, non-narrative.
You see, what's your opinion on Monk recently, man? Because I watch him sometimes. Well, I'm blocked from his channel now because I seen him on his live one time, about a week and a half, 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, about not a month, but way over a couple of weeks ago. He was like talking about hanging himself from a tree. He was walking around the town centre looking for a fight, and I don't know. Sometimes Monk, I don't know, man. Like sometimes he can be all right, but other times I think, oh, yeah, I couldn't.
Look, first of all, I'm going to give my honest opinion, right? And very first of all, I'm going to say Monk is a very good dad. He got a lot of kids, right? Monk gets up, he works for himself. Yeah, he keeps a nice, clean house. He keeps a tight ship, right? And you know, his wife is the boss, right? So I know he's a gentle soul, right? And I know there's no harm in him, right?
No.
But every day he's got it, he gets, like I was saying with other YouTubers where they get big ups, like tunes, he gets bigs up and very big downs and depression. Right, exactly the same. He's like 80% of the people who are in his community. He suffers from a little bit of mental health. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? He's got epilepsy and shit like that, right? And it affects his brain a little bit.
I
And
felt for him when he had.
same
I
here.
felt for him when he had a couple of seizures and he got diagnosed with that. But sometimes you watch his life and you think, look, he's taking a bit too. Well, he's always been a bit. Not that I've spoke to him much recently or anything. He gave me some shit in a chat. I think it was earlier on, to be honest.
He's a good dad. You know, when funny enough, I could see one of his lives would go in that way. He jumped on, I could see it, and this was the first week of the holidays, right? And I know he's hard and everything like that, right? And I did feel for him, and I just dropped one comment, and I said, look, the only thing that matters, I said, no, you're a good dad, and you're a good person, right?
Yeah.
And he got a bit of hope for me, like, and that made me feel okay.
Yeah. He's all
Yeah,
right,
look
man.
at this comment by DJ. He's another one. He says it as it is. He said, I, Monkey's Song, just got caught up in the madness and let it get to him. He's a gentleman. He's family, like
It's
his
just got
family.
big up and downs, big ups and big downs. That's all.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
we're men, like we all get it. Doesn't matter where we're from, right? Look, all our algorithms, brought us here 2 years ago. We were all still here, right? And we all watch the same things and we all got the same interests, right? So, fucking hell, man. Do you know what I mean? We're all very similar in some type of ways. You know, we're just all subtly different. We're all men and we're all human. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to jump on, man? We're having a quiet chat, man. Wait, let me get a link off for Yeti. See, Yeti's another one, right? I knew this right in the beginning, right? Yeti's like a proper family man. Got like a nice house and like he's got to run a car and like, get kids ready and take them to high school and fucking, do you know what I mean? But what it is, right? People like me, Yeti, and Expo, right? We're all guilty of it. We all come on and we all just go in character to get away from the normal life to realise that we're like a little bit mad. Do you know what I mean? Because men have got to do that.
Without your Slayer character, John Smith wouldn't be complete.
Shall I be honest? I'd be bored. I wouldn't know what the fucking. I would be bored, like, but I've laid off YouTube fucking loads, Dan.
Yeah.
Loads. It's nice where I got, and it's not a big community, and I like that, and everyone who watches it, right, they're actually like laughing their heads off, and they're looking forward to it. Like, I was so chuffed, right, when a couple of people were like, "Oh, you know what, we're going live. I can't wait. Like, I'm looking forward to it." And it's not about money or subs, Dan. It's not about money or subs to me.
No. Unless you've got 1 million subscribers and getting fucking loads of views, I don't think there's much. Unless you're
The past 3 weeks, honest to God, Dan, the last 3 weeks, I'm going up just over 100 subscribers a week.
No, that's fucking hell. That's some traction. That's not bad traction.
Oh, you know. Yeah, you jump on, man. The link's out there if you want it.
Oh, man. Been some late nights on the tube for the past few days.
Oh, yeah, it's a random live. I only just fucking went live because I literally just heard about PP's dog. And in the real world, something like that happened to Expo and, I'd be fucking, straight on the fucking blower to him, like asking if he's all right and,
I'm sure we'll know about PP's dog tomorrow, but I think people should go and watch PP and that PP talking to that Ben. I was watching it earlier.
Oh, fucking hell, Dan, look, right.
I never mentioned it a few times.
I took that live down. Like I never, all my lives, I don't delete them. Right? I got them all stored. I could just click a button on StreamYard and get them back up. But I had to, as I said, Dan, I had to do it in a funny way, right? I knew that guy's off his fucking head. He's another one. He generally thinks he's doing the right thing, but it's inherent in some people to be like that until you're off the drugs. Because the drugs, even if you're not, I'll give an example. Right, I know he did get off the drugs. He totally got off the drugs. He was off them for a while, and he was helping people. Yeah, and then he became a payday user or using once a month or twice a month. And the people who do that genuinely think, right, that they're not back on the drugs.
Well, I didn't know what his shtick was. I didn't know, like when PP was getting some stick from having a conversation with him, and then when I started to realise what people said he did for a living, I'm like, well, you're really, really drunk, but apparently you're like some life coach or something. I was like, what the hell, life coach?
Yeah, he admitted it. What his drug worker said to him, didn't he? Said that they were a bit brutal. They were brutally honest and said, "I need to stop drinking." I
Well,
could tell he was
PP
pissed.
got a load of stick because he was talking about when he was younger, he got dragged into some bushes by some girls, and the girls flashed him, and PP was like making a joke about it. So PP got in the neck. So then PP was standing up for himself, but then, this Ben character sort of like, I don't know. I was listening to it. I'm listening to him on PP. He became interested enough to watch, and when I'm watching, I'm like, I don't like this fella, to be honest, but.
Shall I be honest? Right, look, that was about a month ago, wasn't it? The community, because I started doing them lives then, didn't I? And everyone loves the drama, and I don't know, they were getting, I wouldn't say slipping, everyone was clipping them and putting things out, and so every word PP says now gets taken, and I'm not backing PP up,
Oh, PP
right?
gets
But
so
it
much
gets
stick
taken out of
nowadays.
context, right? It's like, there's an old saying, locker room banter, and PP comes from a different era. Right, and we're in cancel culture, and where people get easily offended. I'm not saying what PP said was
100%.
right.
PP's back in the day where you can still be racist almost,
Yeah, like a little bit of polite, not like polite racism, or
Yeah, definitely.
there's no such thing as polite racism actually, but you know what I mean, like saying things in in a funny manner, or
PP's getting
I'm
way
trying
too
to
much
word, Dan.
stick.
I'm trying to word it properly, right? As I said, I'm not backing him up, Dan. Right,
No.
what you got to understand, PP comes from a different era, like totally different era. Right, he's old enough to be most of our fathers on here. Right, so we come from a different time where there was still people. Right,
He is
fought the
everybody's dad,
second. Wait
isn't
there,
he?
they fought in the Second World War, and they were the older guys working in the factories with him. And do you know what I mean? So times were a lot different back then.
I
And he
thought he was
didn't say
everybody's
it
dad.
maliciously. Right, PP never said it maliciously. That's why, look, why I think Venom's a nice guy, but Venom did lock onto it, and he played on it for a while. Do you know what I mean? He did
That
play
Venom
on it for it.
came and
Yeah,
went, didn't he?
yeah. He did go a bit woke, didn't he? And I'm just gonna put it out there, right? Look, it's not my words, right? Venom said like something's happened, and he, and people seen him in the real world, right? I don't know it. I'm gonna come out and say why I don't know if it's true or not. Right, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if he's got YouTube burnout, right? But look, I wish him and his family all the fucking best, and that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I just hope to God it's not fucking true when he got YouTube burnout. But I like the guy. He's a mod on here. I know he's watching now. Yeah, because I know if it doesn't matter if it's whatever. Why I know he doesn't like doxing. He doesn't like names or anything like that. Why? And I've seen it. Where he hasn't been on, he's buff taking something out of the chat.
See, Venom.
You know what I mean?
Venom was always around. He was always around. You'd see him, and he was always a person. But he started doing some lives and started to be like started doing lives, didn't he? But now he's just disappeared. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Scout, say you what I lad.
Don't really know what happened, to be honest. But he started putting up lives, having doing lives, and then getting quite a few people, like a couple of 100 people. And then Venom was always just a avatar and somebody in the chat, and then to me, I didn't really know who it was.
Thanks for watching tonight, brother. If you could hit the likes on the way out, man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, big up, man. Craig, I couldn't before what you say. Bang on. Craig, is this Video Craig's watching, man? Video Craig in the house. I like Video Craig, man.
He's all right. He's harmless, and he just does his YouTube thing, don't he? Just does his thing, and
I like Video Craig.
Wait there, Scouser was just on there. Let me get the link out for him again.
Jump on the link back out. Craig. Nobody cares if you're drunk, man. Fucking hell.
I know. Tell us about your night, man. I don't want to talk about anything. I'll just jump on. Tell us about your night tonight.
Video Craig. Nobody's bothered if you're drunk. It's 3 o'clock on a Saturday. We won't expect anything different from you.
Exactly, man. It's funny though, isn't it? His Paddy Con. He's here. He's good. Let's see if I can get Paddy.
Video Craig's fucking awesome, man. When he went to see Paul Smith, the comedian, and he got a shout out, from on stage because he was in the front row. He walked in a bit late with a beer, and he's on his YouTube. I think even the start of some of his videos, he was using it as an intro. Paul Smith, the comedian, saying, "Please subscribe to Video Craig." Ding.
Dan, read this comment on the screen by Nostog.
Getting props off Dan is like off you know. Oh, cheers, bro. Cheers.
Oh God, you gotta live it though, Dan. Innit? You gotta like Benji,
I'm in
right?
a
Like all
taxi.
the people who's had like, what he's Dennis and they all been run off it. I've noticed it all coming back, but everyone's
God, I
just.
don't know where this thing is, man. Fucking.
There's an account, right, called Tracy's Hairy Snatch, right, and it's fucking one of the most funniest things, man. Funniest things, bro. God
I don't know
alive.
who that Tracy is. People mention this Tracy. I don't know who this Tracy is.
Oh, it's a long story. I don't want to talk about it too much. Ian Hunt the other day. Fucking hell, Craig.
I don't have a following.
Oh, Strobes, I'll put a link out for you, man. I've never spoken to her. I've seen her name all over the place.
I don't have a following.
Give me an idea. What shall I do next Friday, man? Out of respect for PP and now, I'm just going to have a nice little chilled life. What shall I do, Dan?
On Friday, next Friday. Is that
Yeah,
what
give
you
me a
mean?
theme. Give me a theme.
Why, you getting a bit bored of slaying?
Yeah.
A theme. I don't know. I really don't know. I can have a think through the week with you though. I don't know. But you probably
I
won't be
was
live
thinking,
again,
what do you think? Going club with the old bacon featuring groom people. Fucking hell. Fighting Irish Stone old back, do we? God, man, he's so funny. Do you remember the one of the cartoon heads, Dan? Do you remember them?
What are the cartoon heads?
With Hector,
yeah.
Irish, me, Expo.
With the funny accents.
PP, right? He put like he done it to Paul and PP, right? The fucking, oh my God. It was the most funniest things. And one of the most funniest ones was Monk with a claw hammer in a wheelchair. That was one of them. Look, I'm guilty, right? God strike me down. I think his cartoon head was. Him and UK Don are the two most funniest ones for cartoon head was.
I'm a bit disappointed. Well, I wouldn't say disappointed because he used to piss me off sometimes. But Hector and Hoover.
Yeah, I liked Hoover. He was funny, wasn't he?
Hoover was alright, man.
Pretty switched up, like like when he's talking with someone.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
God.
you could have a really good fucking. He could roast you, but you could still have a laugh with him at the same time.
Yeah.
They went together pretty well, him and Hector. I haven't seen Hector in a while either. He was trying to do trying to start up some fighting clubs and stuff a couple of times, but
God, his call-outs were funny, wasn't they?
he'd
be talking, he'd be like, what? See you? You think you're hard, right? And then he just, these guys would go on, he looked at the camera and go, oh, fuck you up, mate. Do you know what I mean?
People used to put the thing out of Bo Selector. And,
oh, God. Hector's skinny jeans, man. God, like, they were tight, weren't they? They were tight. Oh, God, man. He brought fun to YouTube, that guy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Hector and Hoover did for a good 6 months.
And it turned a little bit dark towards the end and serious, didn't they?
I think. Well, when the Cesspit was doing the little fight club, he wanted to do something, so they sort of went together, joined together, didn't they? The Cesspit and Hector did some sort of little fighting thing, didn't they?
Yeah, but you know what the sad thing is, right? Everyone got the Messiah complex. If everyone stuck and worked together, we would have had a massive community, right? And it could be at least 6 to 7 people, right? You could take money every month you could pay your bills with. Do you know what I mean? We could have all stuck together. You could have had Video Craig did say it once on Expos just before the views started. He said, look, we all need to work together. I was on that panel. If, like, say, back then, about 8 or 9, I'd say about 10 of the power characters stuck together, right? We could have built something amazing. But
I think a lot of people fell out for not much reason at all. There's been some fallouts that you're like, why are you falling out exactly?
Do you know what it is? Even though it's like one big community, you get subsections, yeah, and you get different sects and they're almost like cults. A sect is a cult, right? And in a big community, right, you get all divides, and all end divides, they start clashing.
Yeah. Or if, like, you know, there's a person with a channel, does lives, has a little thing going, somebody else doesn't like them, but they're talking to them, so all of a sudden those 6 people that are your friends, just because you're talking to that one person, you've just developed 6 haters. It's like, what the fuck? You should be able to go where you want, really, without having to fucking worry. But
Dan, do you know why you fucking hit the nail on the head there, mate? I'm not fucking about. You hit the nail on the head.
people don't need to fucking, oh, you're going onto his channel, but I don't like him. Well, we're not, you know, unless you come in fucking having drinks with me in real life, we're on the internet, man. You can go where you want, can't you?
Exactly. But that's, do you know, Dan, that's why I don't speak to anyone behind the scenes anymore, right? No outside influences, right? And I just do my own little thing, and that's it. You know, it'll never ever be about money for me on here, ever, ever.
We're all going over to Video Craig, I reckon, in the afternoon. Video Craig must get between like 500 and 1,000 people. Most of us think Video Craig's doing a lot on YouTube. He does about 3 different lives, a members live. I try and watch as much as Video Craig as I can.
Do you know what? I ain't got time for him, man. I wish I did, but I can't do it anymore, man. I can't. That's why I just said with my little, you know, I do my little community thing. But every now and then, right, don't forget he's into all the beefs, isn't he? He's into all the beefs, and you know he's very, very, very thick-skinned. So
yeah,
to some people, they'd have a nervous breakdown. To him, it's just absolutely fucking hilarious to him. Do you know what I mean? He's just having a laugh with it.
Yeah. Well, he does some cracking stuff, man.
Oh, fucking hell, he's good at editing. Very good at editing. I'll give him that. Very good.
He's making. He should jump on. And tell us how much of a good night. And I know Video Craig's having a good Saturday night, man.
Fucking hell, yeah, man. He's not one of them. People must think he's online all the time. Look, he's busy all the time. He's out. He's making his paper. He's fucking. Don't forget, he likes going places and things like that. He likes his nice food and you know. How with this chat?
Oh, dear me. How many people is in your life?
Fucking 81.
81? Really?
81.
Fucking hell.
Swear to God. That's extremely low numbers for me, believe it or not. It's always just over 200 now.
I thought there would be like 30, 40 people, man.
Go on, I like that. Casanova, man. I just seen you in the chat. Hope you're well, man. Fucking, I've hardly seen him this week. You know, man, one of the fucking originals. It says, Dan, you look like a thug, loving the new look, lad. He's on the weights and that. Dan's a pretty cut guy, Casanova. He's on the weights and that.
I don't know what came over him, man. Just fucking decided to chop all my hair off.
Same here, I got fucking fed up of it.
Yeah, I saw when you put it in, I was like, where's your hair gone as well?
Just shaved it off, but if it was getting too hot, I just took the thing off.
As long as you keep them eyebrows, you got to keep them eyebrows for the people's eyebrow.
Oh God, I got proper Serbian bushy ones done, like the fucked up proper fucked up eyebrows, man.
That's what, you know, when you first started to put your camera on, and you put your camera on for about 4 or 5 seconds and lift your eyebrows up and down real quick, man. That's a signature move.
Yeah, I know. That was from back in the day I used to do. See, you remember that. A lot of people on here, they won't remember that. Fact Notification, Jamie will remember that. Casanova, Fighting Irish, Richard Reed, he's one of the old accounts.
Richard Reed's been pretty funny, man.
Who's live? Is anyone else live?
I don't think so. He said he'd put a nail in my head. I'd love to. Dan. You said Dan's hit the nail on the head, and he said he wants to put a nail in my head.
God, some of the comments, so you know, when you just don't have mods, Dan, is funny. Like, you know, they are, and it is, and everyone's just having fun in it. That's the way I like it.
The fact is, you refuse to be triggered. It's plain sailing. Algorithm will catch them out anyway. Just enjoy YouTube in the meantime. Jamie said.
God, you went through a little bad patch on here, didn't you, with YouTube?
No, never.
Bloody hell. I swear you did, Dan. When you were jumping on, you You've never been triggered and shouted and that, right? But I can tell you were obliged to jump on some of the panels, and I feel a rain coming. Right there, look at this incognitos. I feel a rain coming on if Tunes is live.
Please bring the rain. Cool us all down.
Oh fucking hell, man! It's been weird, humid, horrible, humid weather, man. Horrible.
It's almost got to. It's almost. I'm over complaining about it because I don't want to bring it into people's forefronts because we are all up late chatting on YouTube. I think it's 50% down to this weather because, you know, it is difficult to sleep in this. It's not hard.
You got no idea how tired I am, but fucking, I know I'll just lay there and I'll just feel like shit.
I'm gonna shoot off soon.
Yeah, see me, I'm gonna close it down any minute now, man. I only went live. I just wanted to fucking have a normal chat.
It's been like 4, 5 a.m. for the past couple of nights, so
fucking hell.
Staying up late at night on lives and shit.
Right, does anyone else want to come on? I'll give it literally 90 seconds, 2 minutes. I'll put the link out. If no one wants to jump on, I'll jump off.
Dan once was crying to Pablo, and Pablo saying his dad said, "Take the video down, he's not allowed on." No,
God, they're funny. You got to laugh at you laugh or you cry. Like, you haven't got to laugh at the comments.
It'd be nice if Pablo come back.
He'll never come back. The only time he'll come back is if he's not doing good in his life.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to
know. My co-host, Jackie, my darling.
Yo!
Oh, I missed you, man. How have you been, love?
I'm all right. Well, actually, no, I've had a couple of shit days, but do you know what? Better than speaking to, what the fuck, Dan Riley? You'd put a glass eye to sleep, mate.
I am tired, sorry.
Go on, Jack, man. Give me the killer move, my darling. That's why I fucking love you.
How's it all hanging then?
Oh, bloody, just, I don't know, just had a really, really, really quiet weekend. Busy week. This weather just is taking it all out of me in the night and that, Jack.
It's not like that here. It's not like that here at all. It's like 16, well, actually 16 degrees now. I'm fucking sitting pretty, mate.
Oh, my phone's charged a bit. I can plug my fan in. That makes a world of difference.
Celtic, how are you, lads?
I'm too hot, man. I'm roasting.
Here we go. Here
fucking
comes the moaning. I told you, everyone's been up till 5 a.m. moaning about it.
See, all you men, you've like, just go get a wet flannel, stick it between your legs. You'll be fine.
Oh, that sounds great.
The worst is, don't forget, some of these houses, they retain the heat upstairs. You've got to have a proper, like, circulation of air. Some people will open all the windows.
How is Video Craig a failed human? Video Craig is not a failed human, man.
Do you know a good thing to do with Craig?
You need to get out.
Open the top windows and bottom windows and leave everything closed, and then it'll circulate there.
Yeah, but that's how you get robbed.
I've got my little fan on. I'm fresh now. Got a little bit of a draft.
He's funny, Dan, isn't he?
No.
Go on.
Yeah, like influenza.
Celtic, as it is. Celtic, innit? Oh, Jack, have you heard about Thingy's dog, PP's dog?
What happened?
Fucking his dog had a fit when he... I didn't know. I only found this out tonight. That's why I done the live. His dog had a
fit. He was...
I do indeed, Craig.
He was on a live. He was grilling that Ben Hornsby. And then he says, "Shit, me dog's having a fit." And then he says, "Look, I've got to knock it off."
He wasn't even grilling him. What he was doing was literally just having a conversation. He was grilling himself, Ben, just by talking.
Right, he was making an arse of himself, basically.
So drunk and shit.
What is that through the weather though?
No,
just by being the person he is, I guess.
She's on about this dog, man, Dan, you fucking idiot.
Sorry. Yeah, maybe it could be the heat. It could be, but his dog.
It might be the heat, like it could be the heat.
It's not an old dog. He's only just got a new puppy. It was a puppy 6 months ago. So
I don't know which dog it was. He didn't say.
Dog. He did lose a dog and then get a new dog. I don't know. So he did lose a dog and get one. So.
Oh. Look, I
Yeah,
wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, losing an animal.
same here. He's a proper dog lover. Don't forget, we're all dog lovers, you know.
Yeah.
And I've seen that dog right from when he first had a puppy. Because one of them, I've seen him
Is
literally
it the
grow up with him.
Frenchy one?
Yeah, I think so. Jack.
It is the weather then, isn't it?
A lot of people, they get breathing problems. They get terrible breathing problems, they do. It's just the way they're bred, Jack.
Yeah. All that pushed up face is just not good for any animal, is it, really?
I know, but it's just the way the genetics have gone with them over the years, no.
Mm. They said that for years, though. Don't be buying those dogs because it's not good.
Do you know, if you look back, I was saying with Dan, I only said it briefly, you know, if you look back at some of these old hunting pictures and they got them dogs in them from like 200 years ago, they were totally, their faces were totally
It's when
different.
the genes were not messy.
No, it was done
so
for,
much.
it's called selective breeding for
Yeah.
cosmetic purposes. You know,
It's not fair, really. Like I said earlier, some dogs go lovely together. When you've got a certain breed to go with another breed, you're like, oh, they're good. That's going to make a lovely dog. But sometimes it's
We used to call them Mongs back in the day. It's a Mong.
Mongols.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mongol, yeah, that's
Heinz
right.
57.
How
Yeah.
old?
No, they're called Heinz 57 because they're Mongs.
There's some definitely some, like, especially with those little pit bulls and the little what do they call the little, like what PP's got? What do they call
Frenchie.
Hello,
little
Cara.
Frenchies? It's the Frenchies. Yeah, they just with no nose, the big eyes, dodgy. Sometimes it looks like the legs are on backwards as well because
But
like,
bloody,
the hips.
bloody
They
expensive,
have
though.
bad hips. They have bad hips.
Yeah,
And all
that's true,
kinds.
Celtic. They're fucking did. But at the moment, I'll be honest, right? The market, it always goes up and down, and it does fluctuate. But at the moment, we're getting into that realm of the summer, coming close to Christmas. The prices now they won't stall; they'll go down a bit, but it always goes up and down. The prices of dogs. The Frenchies and pugs are the two dogs the families buy the most. Yeah, and then after that is staffies, and then you've got sausage dogs, I think, which is 7 or 8. Because I keep up on the statistics all the time, Celtic. But with Frenchies, it is a known fact, not just in the breeding community, right? You can research it. It is a known fact. Pugs and Frenchies are so massively breeded.
You know where
and
they
produced.
originate from? Do you know where they originate from?
I don't, Dan.
They originate from Nottingham.
You're joking. I never knew that.
Pugs and Frenchies. Yeah, Frenchies were first started getting bred from Nottingham.
Well, I'll tell you the history about Dobermans, right? Dobermans were created 90 years ago by a tax collector in Germany called Karl Doberman. That was his name.
Yeah.
Right, and he was and he used to do breeding, like, and he was very good at it. And what he done, he done selective breeding for years and years, bred a couple of dogs together, and came up with a Doberman. And do you know what sausage dogs were bred for? Right, they were purposely bred again, selective breeding.
Not that I'm just joking.
With long bodies, right, so they can go ratting, so they can get in the holes and pull rats.
Yeah, that's terriers, though.
Terriers, yeah, now they do. But they used to use any dogs, but the best ones are terriers. Yeah, because that's what they used to say, terrorising the rats. Send them into the terriers.
Who the
and
hell's
the sausage
Tramadol, mate?
dogs.
Not me.
To be fair, I've never looked for a breed. Oh, most of my dogs have come from a dog pound or given away, or I went to Battersea Dogs Home and got my first dog, and he was a fucking nuisance. He went round raping all the other dogs in the area.
Battersea Dogs Home is famous all over the fucking world. That place, one of the oldest dog homes in the
I used to really
world.
enjoy watching Paul O'Grady.
But back in the day, it was just cage upon cage, and it was just like they sat next to each other in a gridded cage, and you went round there, and it was like, being put down. It's got 4 days to go before release, like,
Paul
and he wrote it on chalk.
He did some good stuff for Battersea Dog Home.
Yeah, the one that we wanted had another day before it was going to be released, and he was a street dog, And he was just fucking terrorizing our neighbour. He used to go out on his own for a walk and then come back, and he used to use the zebra crossing and everything. Fucking smart as anything.
Do you know why I got Dobermans, Jackie? Because they are so easy, and they're fucking expensive, but they're worth every penny. They are so easy to train, right? It is ridiculous. And even if you don't train them, right, they will naturally not only put it, and they do latch on to like one person, but they see human, because dogs can't differentiate between a human and a dog. A dog thinks everything else is another dog. So they see humans, right, as their flock. Yeah. And that's what they are. They're protectors. And they're
Bean's a
highly
one-on-one.
intelligent. That's
Yeah,
why I
Bean
decided to
Bean
set up.
doesn't like anyone apart from me.
That's how it should be.
No, it's not. Not when you've got a family.
Yeah, but that's just it's inherent in their
every family
genes.
with
What dog is it? A small dog, yeah?
No, he's massive. He's a Mastiff Saffy mix, but I think he's
Bloody hell.
more a bully. I think he's got lots of bully in him, and I think that's why they just threw him in the street. He was found on the street at 6 weeks as a pup, and I just fell for him. I looked at him, and he was in his tiny little cage, whining and shouting. So I said, "Oh, I'll have him." And then he had worms, terrible, and like we wormed him, and I thought he was going to die. And then since then, he's been a prick.
Go on. Oh, Jack, you got a big heart. You have, love. You have.
No, I just like dogs.
I've always loved the idea of having a bird as a pet, like a parrot or some.
I had budgies back in the day. They're fucking amazing animals.
Well, I had an ex-girlfriend, and even her budgies, her mum actually trained the budgies to say birds. Only just, you could just make it out, and it'd go birds, birds, birds. You could just make it out. But parrots, I'd love to walk home, come in, and it just go, fuck off, Daniel, or whatever, you know.
No, the best.
Do you know what? There was an
African
grey, right, in my local pub, right, that I went to, right, ever since I like, and I don't mean a kid, I mean since I was born, like, you know, right, like my parents would go there, my family, my granddad would go there, my older brothers, right, all of us. And this guy's had a parrot in here, right, for the past 15 years. And do you remember when Trump was leaving the White House, the day he was leaving the White House? Right, we were all sat in a pub, all fucking like just having a drink, just all nice and quiet watching it. And as he left, right, the parrot then he right on cue, he went, fuck off, like that. Right, and do you know what they do? They put it in a cage, right? But they sort of like put it out.
I'll get you some, Craig.
Wait there, they put it out, right? So when you walk past the door, the cage fills the whole door up in the summer, so we can get fresh air. And I didn't know he was gonna, and I genuinely didn't know he was gonna do it. Right, I'm just gonna put that out there, right? All the women and the kids used to stop, like on the way, like going from school. Oh, look at the parrot! Look at the parrot! Look at the parrot! And the woman was there with this kid. The kid was only about 7 or 8, right? And the woman went up to the parrot, right? And I goes, oh, I'll blow on it. I said, it always talks. Because if you go like that, blow on it, right, it talks. She comes up with mad random words, but they're clear as out. And she done it, right? And it was like the bird could speak English and understood her. It went, fuck off, like that, right? Exactly like you was trying to say it. And the woman looked at me like that, like, did the bird just say, like, fuck off? Or did it actually tell me to fuck off?
It just shows you what as humans, because a bird or a parrot is only going to pick up on something that's said a lot and repeat. So if a lot of parrots basically will say fuck off, so it must say a lot about us humans, because they just pick up on basically what we say.
But if you look on YouTube, there's loads of this parrot that tells.
I love it. I love it.
Speaks loads, and he's like, "Woohoo!
Yeah, I love it.
I've seen that. I subscribe to that.
Honestly, the one I found, I love this the most. It's called oh fuck, it's just gone out of my mind. His name's Lee, and he started up a sanctuary for dogs, and he's over, and I watch everything about him. And everything I'm always on. I'm always what? Oh fuck! It's just gone out of my mind. I've just had a brain fart.
No, it's all right.
Wait there. Look what Fighting Irish said. John, tell them the price of that food. It's pronounced Royal Cane or Royal Cane. I use nearly 50. Yeah, fucking hell, man. That can be. Some of the bags are worth like 80, 90 quid.
I
18,
use science plan.
Do you know what, Jack? Right, I went through. It took me quite a few because I got like a pack of animals. Because hounds, sausage dogs are hounds, and Dobermans are hounds, and in the hound class in the hound family, right? So they all eat as a pack together, and it brings them closer. And it took me, right, a good couple of weeks, right, where I was changing the food every week, right, and documenting it to see which one they all liked. And now, what me and my wife do, we alternate between the food. So and these are the three foods that they love the most. Because they're like humans, they can get bored of the same shit, Jack.
Yeah. What is it?
Right, what we go for, right, is called Rebels. Right, it's like one which is made by a company. It gets ordered in. Is you can tell them exactly. You do it on your phone exactly if you want rice in it, if you want this in it. It's like designer dog food.
Oh yeah.
So we got that one with there. There's a blue one. 2 seconds. Let me have a look. Stay there. I got bins, right? Where I got so many dogs, right? I got these big, massive bins where you fill them up with food. Right, and then I
bet you
got
have to
big
spend a lot, don't you? Feed your flock of dogs.
And then I got.
You got a pets at home card, I'd guarantee.
Kinners, or it's pronounced Kiners. Kiners or Kinners. Right?
Yeah.
And what I do, I got these things that look like massive bologna sausages, right? I give them then, one big 15-kilo bag of food. It takes me 3 days to get through, Jack. 50 quid every
No
3
way.
days. Yeah, but they go to about 1.5. The Dobermans eat about 3 to 4 kilos worth of food a day.
See, I've give his nuts to him, and then I've been giving him protein lately. So I do a couple of scrambled eggs, and I give him some cheese, and he gets his meat portions. But I do
Love him. You spoil him rotten. I like that. My wife does that. She makes eggs for all the kids in the morning and stuff like. And do you know what she does? She make all of the but they sit there and they don't move because they know if they sit there and they're nice and polite, right, that they get one first. And she makes them all an egg each. Should we go through it?
My dog
He gets
used
2
to have
scrambled eggs a day. And
ham. Dan, they go mad
cut
for ham.
cheese and I cut it in bits, and then I spread them all about, and then he gets his meat, but and then he also gets his science plan as well. And my other kids are like, why is he eating better than us?
I think, there is some people, man. Like I've got a friend who's got a lovely dog, lovely big mastiff, and he's always eating KFC, McDonald's. You never see him eating fruit and veg. He's always eating.
Oh no, he always gets a
fizzy
burger if I go to McDonald's or anything. He always gets a burger.
Oh, for sure. When it was my dog's birthday, we used to go to McDonald's and get him some burgers. But my friend, honestly, I swear to God, his dog actually does eat better than him, and he does spend more a week on his dog food than he does his own food. It's fucking nuts.
No, it's just because they're at home and I'm not feeding them at the moment. They're feeding themselves, and they're like, "What did Bean eat last night?"
Yeah, just getting everybody's scraps. Dogs must have the best life, man. Like,
but he terrorizes the neighborhood. So someone did my fucking bumper in last night on my car, on my life.
Oh, you're joking.
No, it's been done a couple of times. And
what are they doing? They're parking and scratching it, are they? Or like
no. It's someone's stood behind my bumper and just done a backheel.
Oh, what?
What the fuck,
a couple of times.
Who's your neighbours? You must have pissed off on your neighbours, man.
Is it vandalised? Not somebody bumped into them.
I think it's more close to home, but I'm going to find the fucker and they're going to pay for it.
All you got to do is put a fucking camera. Then you can pick them up for 30
I'm
quid.
not
right?
lying.
There's nobody just bumped
you
into
put them in your car. It's especially designed for your car, right? And as soon as someone goes close to your car or look in the window, it'll give you a notification, Jack. I got them all in. My car's got them built in, right? They're all built in, right? And I've got one in the car, right? There's 2 cameras pointing back to back, but it gives you a panoramic view. And if anything happens, right, be it because I got the BMW network thing, they get it, and I get it as well on my phone.
Well, I've bought 2 cameras today. They're going to be pinpointed on my car, but I think I know who it is. And last night, I rage stomped up to their house. I was going to cut the fucking door in on my life. And I thought, you know what? It's not going to pay for it, is it? And I'm going to end up in Nick. And so I thought, I'm raging.
What do you think? What do you think might have? What have you done to warrant your car being kicked? Or have you just got arsehole neighbours?
Yeah, just arsehole neighbours, Dan. Just so it's sad. It happens all over the world.
This is family.
Or did you have like a loud bonfire night that this still pissed off
Jack,
you
don't
about?
say too much. Don't say too much, Jack.
No, I ain't. But yeah.
Don't say too much.
No, I've got a mad
Neighbours will
cat
hold
lady who
grudges
lives
for
like a
years.
few doors down, and I swear she's like she gets rid of cadavers because this woman burns a fire in the middle of the night.
Fucking hell. What's that film, Jack, from the 80s with Tom Cruise where that family does it, where they go next door to the creepy house in a really nice neighbourhood, but there's a creepy house and they go in there and they kill the guy.
This woman's getting rid of cadavers.
And you know when Tom Cruise is in there? Not Tom, oh God, what's his name?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, yeah, that's it.
The Burbs.
You got
The
it.
Burbs.
And
the Burbs.
The Burbs. How think you got it, bro? You got it, Jackie. It's not one of them ones. It's him on the burns are gonna come and kill you and put him in the furnace.
What, I swear, this fire goes off at 1:30 in the morning. Who wants to get up?
Jack, I'm gonna shut with there 2 secs, right? Look, I'm right in the Cardiff city, like in the capital city in the centre, right? I'm right in the Albanian and Serbian community, right? They're all sat outside now, right? And it's like a street, like a normal street. They're all sat outside on settees having barbecues. Right there. Yeah, there's about 15, 20 of them out there right now.
Well, yeah, we've just had a party over in the pub, and they're all outside my dad's house, all screaming, shouting, bless him. But he was so pissed from this afternoon. I've just found out that my favourite uncle's got cancer.
Oh shit, Jack! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My mother passed away of that. My mum had it in 91. She had it had it removed. It was breast cancer. They caught it early. She had it removed 91. And then, you know, where you go for the tests and mammogram, you know, everything was clean. You know, where you go for the mammograms for the first 10 years, you go quarterly every 3 months. And then you go for that mammogram test and it goes down. And then after 25 years, they stop it. Well, my mum had a really good job. And that, and me and my mum shared a residency order with a family member's daughter. I'd have it on the weekend. And my mother would have it on the week to help a family member out. Long story anyway. But my mum was getting paid to look after her. And everything was going good. And we had interviews. And they turned round and she went back to my brother. And listen to this, my mum was getting tired in work all the time, and the liaison lady who was coming to see my mum said, look, you're the perfect candidate, right, to do where you're not adopting, right, like fostering, where you look after them like naughty kids for a couple of weeks in your house and have people who are having trouble at home.
That's what I used to be, yeah.
Right, and to get the licence, right, what my mum had to do, she had to go for like your psychological test, she passed it, medical test, she passed it. Had a trial run, you know, with a couple of kids, everything was perfect, everything was going good. And then he turned around and said, oh, look, there's one thing you need to get for insurance. They said, you were having mammograms. They were stopped a couple of years ago. Just go and have a quick one, right? That's the last thing to get you signed off and you got a job for life. They were paying for food for her. It was going really good, Jack. And she went for the mammogram, right? And you know what, right? It was in her breastplate, it was in her kidney, it was in her spine, it was in her neck.
Oh,
right?
dear.
And then they
I
give
just want to... Oh, go on, sorry.
Yeah, they give you, right, a set, like, you know, they say a little bit higher. They you know, so it's psychologically you have something to look forward to and fight for. I think they said they'd give her 18 months. She lived for nearly 3 years. Died the day before Christmas Eve in my arms with all our family round us.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, man. And her mother, right, died from it, right? And ever since my mum found out she had cancer, all the girls in my family now, all the girls, they all have mammograms. Yeah, they have the mammogram check every 3 months, and they'll have it for the rest of their lives. And did you know, Jack, I saw a documentary about fucking hell, well over about 10 years ago, could have been longer. There was a mother, and it was a big documentary. It was a mother, a grandmother, a daughter, right, and the daughter's kids as well, the grandkids. They were only young. the woman, the one daughter, she was only 21. It was a really big documentary. And because so many people died of breast cancer in that family line, do you know what she decided to do? She didn't have cancer, no lumps or nothing. She
Got
was,
both breasts removed.
yeah, you remember it, you, Jack? Do you
Yeah.
remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad. It affects everybody, cancer. It's horrible.
What?
He got it
you
in
know,
his prostate.
I was
And he's
gonna.
had cancer other places, but he got it in his prostate, and they were fucking and farting around, and he was going back and forth, and they said that it's in his bones now, and like,
Okay. Well, I just wanted, while Video Craig might not be or might still be, just quick condolences to Craig. Craig's got a little bit of skin cancer on his nose. I hope he gets that sorted soon.
You know, Craig, hope you get that sorted, mate. From the bottom of my heart, I mean that.
Yeah, man.
Get them tests done, Craig, mate. Get it done, bro. Fucking anyone on here, you find a lump or something like that, right? Just it's 2 minutes and I get it sorted.
There's a lot of there's a hell of a lot of, you know.
somebody else. I was just speaking to my niece just now. One of her friends who works in the hospital, her husband, 49, on his birthday, gone. He got a blood clot in his leg, went straight to his lung and killed him on his birthday. They just sung happy birthday. Just sung happy birthday.
Well,
shit,
that on that's not good, is it?
No, I really had a really, like, when I say I really had a shit few days, I really had a shit few days. Like, really fucking crap. But I'm not as like Mogadon as you, babe.
Mogadon, God.
Mogadon.
Do you know what? I've never been one for them, right? Listen to this, right? And I don't, not like I take them in a blue moon, right? I can go years, right, without even taking anything like because I've never liked Valiums and that. And I took these things called pre-grabs one day. I did a terrible toothache. And I just couldn't sleep. And someone gave me a pack of pre-gabs, right? And I I fell asleep off them. And I'm like, oh, I got a headache. And I went to the toilet and I had a shit, right? And my dad came in. This was like years ago, right? My dad came in. He's going, John. And he's shaking me like, I'm like, what? He said you've been on the toilet for 3 hours, right? He goes, your head's on the floor and your fucking toes around your ankles. And then I was like, oh, Dad, you all right? He goes, you fucking idiot, you, like that. And I was just like, oh my God, I've never taken them again since.
You fell asleep.
I'm not joking, but it looked like I had a tennis ball in my mouth. So I had an abscess in the gum, right? In the gum, but you could clearly see it, right? And I was taking painkillers and nothing was working, and I couldn't go to sleep. And
my brother was like that. He stabbed it with a he was at work and he thought, fuck this, and he got a safety pin, like a paper clip, turned it inside and stabbed it. And some bloke really honked for his breath.
That's what scares me, dentist. You can, or anything to do with the thought of having teeth removed, and all dentist stuff scares me. Like, I have to be put to sleep if I need anything done dentistry wise. I'll have to be put to sleep. I can't deal with it.
I was lucky they didn't have to take a tooth out. It was in the gum, Dad. So what they done, they kept on. They give me a couple. Only 3 injections because it wasn't the tooth. It was in the gum, right? But it was pushing on the nerve. So what they done, they said, we can't take the tooth out. They said, there's no amount of thing that'll numb it. He said, we'll take it out. Yeah, it'll drain, right? But he said, the pain will be unbelievable. So what they done, they drained it and gave me antibiotics. And when I tell you what, right, I could hear it go like I made a noise like that. And they had face masks on. They had face masks on when they done it. And dentists, and they were like, bloody hell, I was big. I was big.
And the smell.
Jack, I'm not even exaggerating, right? I felt the relief within minutes.
That's what
my brother said. Seconds.
When you see a
tooth, the smell made someone gag next to him because it just stunk. He said, no. He said, I spat it all in the bin, and the bloke said, what the fuck have you just shit in the bin?
When you see a tooth that's been taken out, how long some people's roots are, you're like, fucking hell, as if you've just dragged that out of my skull, man.
My
dentist sat on my chest to get my wisdom tooth out. That was fucking bad enough.
Like, an inch and a half into your mouth, you're like, oh man.
She pulled it out like she was Godzilla.
Do you know I was watching a cartel video, right? Listen to this. They were pulling this guy's teeth out, And as they were trying to pull some out, right, the teeth were shattering, right, and it looked like pieces of flesh, right, but they were like the inside of his teeth. And the guy did have nice teeth in the beginning. He was a big guy, and then they were like snapping his gums off, right, with like these mad like snipping pliers. That to turn it off with. Pain. I was thinking,
Do you
my
watch
God,
Plastic Paddies then?
yeah, it was
Oh,
saying how we
fuck.
tortured them kids, Jack. It
Yeah.
was terrible, wasn't it? Them students.
Oh my God, that
Just
was
back to the
just.
second. I'm just going to
I
nip
love
to the
his
toilet.
channel though. I must admit, he just
Listen,
does
he
something.
does loads of research and shit. That guy,
Yeah.
loads of research. He's very switched on.
He just
Very
doesn't
switched
get
on.
enough traffic. Why the fuck not? Because I've watched loads of things that are like I watched something the other day and said women are psychopaths. They watch people dying and death and all that just for fun. And they do. Most women watch all these like dead body videos and shit. And I just watch it just to think, oh, what's going on there? So it's true. Most women are psychopaths. They watch all this, but Plastic Paddy doesn't get enough traction at all.
Jackie, guess what? We got some guests coming soon, my darling. You ready for this?
Oh, go on then.
Evening, lads. How are you, boys?
Hello, John Smith. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad. We just doing a little random live for our lads.
Nice one, lovely.
Yeah,
it seems
PP.
a bit chilled out here, so I like that.
Cheers, PP. Even though I roast the arse end off, PP, his dog's not doing too well, so I just thought,
Oh, sorry,
you know
mate.
what? It's like we got to. They're still in the community, and you know, I wish him all the best. But how are you boys today? Floor's over to you.
I'm going to let Loafer go first because he's.
I couldn't get a word edgeways on the last stream I was on, and I've just ordered another pint. Thank you very much. You didn't have to the normal security things, you know what I mean?
Are you the guys that he raided last week?
Yeah, these are the gentlemen. It was him and another gentleman we raided. It was nothing but gentlemen, honest to God.
Mark Kelly's stream tonight, and he said he gave your channel out. I've seen you before, John Smith. Come across your channel once before, but yeah. So it's Mark Kelly's fault.
It's all Mark's fault.
What's that?
Oh, that was funny. Right, I'm not going to lie, right? We raided this Welsh guy before we raided yours, right? And it was the most funniest thing, right, you could ever imagine, right? But you know, when you two come over and you raided ours and you popped on, right? I was proper humbled, man. It was one of the most funniest things.
Oh, that poor dude was sweating.
He can't beat a good raid.
Yeah, it's a little thing. It just popped into my head. I just thought, you know what? Fuck it, man. We can roll with it. We got someone Deep Fox on the panel. Oh my God!
No.
No.
That'll be
he's all right.
twinkle.
He's all right. I don't want to try the challenge. He's gone, man.
Here we go. I knew it.
That stuff. He's into
I knew it.
It was a midget. It was a midget, man.
That was the best one so far, to be fair.
God, one of the most funniest ones, right, was when Zara B got me, right? And it was so funny, right? I was chatting with her for a while, right? And I'm like, God, how are you? And then everything, she went, you know, with a really soft voice, she goes, John, would you like me to bomb you? Like that, right? And a massive, right, sweaty, bloody dog, excuse my language, popped up on the screen, right? I swear I could have died, mate. I could have died, man. I don't know what goes through their heads and that.
Oh, bless that poor midget, though. He probably was stroking it out there, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, enough for that midget.
Yeah, we've got to go. Look, I'm going to pop off
anyway?
now, John, because you've got to shut down the live. But do you know what? Nice meeting you two. Very nice chat. Thank you for having me.
5 minutes with these boys, and I'm gone. You take care, Jack.
Good night.
Good night. Take care. Well, maybe Loafer, hopefully, get a bloody word in tonight. I'll feel sorry for Loafer. He was on MKs and there were so many people on there. He just never could get his point across because everyone was bloody talking over him. And he's got a lot of interesting things to say. So I was getting pissed off as well. Oh, you're stuck in? Oh, Jackie, you're in a lock-in.
Go on, Jack, I got you.
That's a lock. Oh, she's gone.
Go on, the floor's yours, sir. Fire away.
Well, it gets to that point in the night where I show a fucking ugly face and you've got to actually shut down the stream. And I pan the camera up and I've got a face like a bulldog chewing a fucking wasp. I could turn your milk sour.
Same here, mate.
You
No
put your
way.
fucking milk on your back doorstep, I can turn it sour at 1,000 yards. I mean, look at that.
Go on, my son.
Go on,
The fucking dentist hates me.
Oh God! Like just before you come on, we were just saying I had when I had a terrible abscess and I had a bit of bad experience. I took those pre-gab things to try and help me sleep. Yeah, it wasn't good. Just put it that way, it wasn't good.
So what have you been talking about tonight then, John Smith? What's been going on?
It wasn't a roast. It wasn't a roast tonight, gentlemen. It was
Chilled out.
more of nobody was live. I thought, I'm getting a bit fat. I just sparked up a live and just
But you need that. You need that now and again, don't you? I mean, you need some chilled out nights where it's just like, oh God, I don't need the pressure. I don't want everyone shout. I mean, we've had a shout fest going on Marks tonight, and it's all right as a one-off now and again, but tonight was particularly animated. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you sir hit the nail on the head, right? Sometimes, and let's be honest, a lot of people do thrive off the drama, but it can be repetitive and people can get YouTube burnout, and it's not good for some people's mental health sometimes.
I'm not really all fair with this live streaming YouTube sort of culture where people will just jump on and chuck fucking nasty slurs at you. No. I jumped off Mark's stream earlier tonight. I thought, I'm going to fucking unsubscribe. There's some real midweight saying on here, but I'm not really familiar with this online culture because I'm a fucking boomer, where people just chuck slurs at you and they're basically just testing your fucking, testing your metal, shall we say.
Yeah.
That scrump or somebody or other, he really pissed me off. I nearly sort of subbed. I've only been going on for the last 6 weeks or so, and he really pissed me off. And then Mark said, "Oh, it's just the way he acts." It's just a really bad faith actors on these live streams, and if you can't be honest, I mean, I use quite often. I use a bit of edgy humor, and I put things in the live stream in the comment section that can wind people up. But I'm not a bad person. I just use it. It's just a coping mechanism. Edgy humor is something that makes me get through life, if you know what I mean.
The thing is, it's not and just saying my opinion, right? And everything you said, I thoroughly understand it, and I've seen this happening, not just in this community. It happens in a lot of communities. The best thing, right, is learn how to navigate YouTube and not to be offended. Sometimes it's hard for us, and sometimes, like you said, you just want to go online to a nice community. But what we got to realize, in all types of community, we get good, we get bad, but a lot of people are more thick-skinned than other people. And like I said, some people come for drama, some people come for because they're lonely and just a bit of friendship. What we got to understand, some of these people who are on here, right, and I do, right, I take my time to understand sometimes, what they're going through. I try not to be too personal, but you just don't take it personal. And I know it's hard saying this sometimes. It's just not to bite and not to react and not to get triggered, because if you get triggered, right, you're giving them what they want. And always try and see the good. Even if someone's talking about you on another panel, right, try not to get the fine lines of YouTube and reality distorted, because a lot of people on here, it gets distorted, right, and it becomes a fine line. And if it affects you, the best thing to do, right, just take a step back or just don't react to it. That's what I personally do.
Yeah, I must admit I'm bad at that. I mean, I just had a fucking run-in with all our friends, Crinkle, on Mark Kelly, who's tried telling me for the 39 years I've been doing my job all wrong. But anyway, but you're going to get this. You're going to get people that, you say black is white, and they'll say white is black and whatever, just to create an argument. And, anyone that knows the Crinkle breed, knows that basically his remit on whatever channel he goes on, if you said that the grass is green, he'd say it's pink. And
Yeah,
they do
he's a
just
deliberate contrarian. The thing that actually warmed me to Henry was the fact that he quoted Christopher Hitchens, that which can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. And he pulled me into a certain extent. It was called Hitchens' Razor. It's a philosophical thing that basically, if you can't prove something epistemologically, then you can't have any claim to the validity of that. And he came out with that, and I thought, well, I've warmed to him somewhat, but everything that's over the last cracking, I know how long I've been going on Rev's stream, Mark's stream, and Dan Pap's stream. He's not a good faith actor. He's deliberately contrarian, and he just likes to wind people up, and he shouts over people, and he plays this passive aggressive tactic. He's aggressive 1 minute, and he's passive. Oh, look at me! Oh, everybody's picking on me. That is not good.
If you can only let me speak, I just want to speak. That's the sort of thing he does, isn't it? Yeah, it's just like, oh. You know,
the best thing to do is if he's not on a panel, right? Like some people, like just if he's not on a panel, don't go on there. You know, or try. It's like what I do. Right? I'll only roast people once or twice. I'll stay in character, and then I'll do my own thing. What you've got to understand is just to understand the community and not let it. Try not to do when you get offline and turn it off. Try not to take it with you.
Don't take it with me. No, I never have done. I'll do it. I'll release all my energy to him there and then. I mean, I hear he had a guy earlier, Crinkle, on Mark Kelly's channel telling me that I've been doing my job wrong for 39 years. But this guy, you know, look, he's into everything. He claims he's a scientist. He's got a fucking ology in this and ology in that. And he knows everything. And the thing is, no matter what channel he's on, he knows better than everyone else. And then, you know, when he starts to get aggressive with it, because he says, well, you lot, you're all thick. You don't know this, you don't know that. And it's just like, well, you know, it's a pattern that he carries every channel that he goes on. If he doesn't get his own way. And I mean, okay, to some extent, I can see the attraction to it because it's like entertaining for some. Well, if some people are shallow enough to get their entertainment that way, then so be it. You know, who am I to fucking criticize? But you know, it sort of takes over and dominates the channel that he's on, and whatever discussions you were having before get sort of pushed aside. It's like to me, John Smith, it's like it's a distraction, so that whatever you're talking about, they want you to stop talking about it, so they bring up something else, and the conversation will go their way. And you know, I've seen this for God knows how long with Crinkle, and it's just after a while it just gets boring, it's repetitive, and you know, if I believed everything that Crinkle says, I would have said he is absolute perfect example of what we call a statist, which is, you know, he believes everything government, media, corporations are trying to drill into us all. And that's very dangerous as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, he's into all them conspiracy things. They're dangerous. It's dangerous, very dangerous. All that is. Well, what you've got to understand is, since the pandemic, a lot of people are indoors. They're watching videos all the time, and they're taking everything they see on YouTube as truth, and they carry it into the real world. You know. But look, at the end of the day, we're all here to have fun, boys.
Well, you know why that is? Because the mainstream media have totally fucking destroyed people's faith and credulity.
With fear.
It's not the faith, it's the trust, right? I can't be long, I can only stay on for another 5 minutes, right? But I just want to say, and this is my opinion, we've lost trust as a country and as a people in them. After what we've seen and the way they've been lying to us, we've lost trust. But they are the main, you know, the BBC, they are the main source, right? All these other reporters and all these other people get there, and it gets filtered down, and it gets very, what's the proper word I'm looking for? Help me out, boys.
Filtered?
Yeah, it gets very filtered. It gets very filtered and spun and with narrative, you know. And the thing is, it's just to take an educated, grown up view, and when you look at it, just try and break it down, you know. And
Yeah.
but let's be honest, Crinkle, Ryan, I'm not defending the guy. Excuse my language, I think he's a fucking donut. He's dopey, and he's the most thickest shit. Right? I've seen liquid dog shits that are thicker than that guy. But what we got to understand is, in the real world, look, right, he's got a bit of mental health. He's obviously taking something and everything like that, and he's harmless. He's a wordsmith.
Yeah, someone said to me, and it was about a year and a half ago, oh, he's paid opposition, he's paid to do this, he's like 77th Brigade. And I went, no, he fucking ain't, because he ain't clever enough.
There's no way.
He's not even that clever to be on the disinformation side of things. So I just think he's very lonely, and
he's got a grievance, basically. He probably feels he's been hard done to by society. I mean, from what I've from the knowledge that I've accumulated about him, he's looking after his mother, who has got a disability. He's probably about 70 or 80,000 pounds in debt. 80,000 pounds in debt with student loans as a result of being somewhat, perhaps,
scientist
in a scientific, yeah.
I tell you what, Loafer, sorry to interrupt, Mike, because I can only literally stay on for a few minutes because I got to get to bed. For you, Loafer, and for you, Mike, right, next week I'm going to do a one-night special. It'll be a short roast. I'm going to roast the ball ends off him for you. And right,
please,
Loafer,
please.
I want you on I'll do it Saturday night, right? Saturday night, 11 o'clock. I want you to make a nice cup of tea. I want you to get it, yeah? I want you to sit back, right? And I'm going to dedicate a whole 20 minutes for you lads, right? And we won't do it personal, right? I'm just going to roast the arse end off him. And I'm going to get all my fellow John Smithians, right? And we're all going to tell him the errors of our ways, right? And we're going to tell him, right, to stop talking guff on your channel, right? And we're going to do it for you lads. Loafer, make sure you're there, right? Because I tell you what, right, we're gonna educate him. We're gonna just give him a little polite roast, people, and it's gonna be fun, and that's what we're gonna do. And that's Loafer. That's my gift to you, and Mike, that's my gift to you.
I'll bring a gift. I'll bring a gift as well, Mr. Smith. And I'm going to back 2 years now. I used to have an on-air number. And, not just take people over StreamYards. It was a little bit before that I used StreamYards. We used to take people on the telephone number. When Crinkle got hold of that, he was ringing me 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the day. And it wasn't just me. It was a co-presenter that I had on at the time as well. He was saying worse things to the person that I had co-presenting with us. But I had him turning up. Oh, are you not going to answer the phone to me? I'm only offering you a blowjob. And things like that. So I've got them all on them voice recordings that I've been.
Mike, wait there. I got to stop you there. That's why I don't talk to anyone behind the scenes. So there's no outside influences, right?
Exactly,
and we can all have our say honestly, right? The worst thing you could have done was give Crinkle your number, lad, and that's the best advice.
I didn't give him it. I think it wasn't my personal phone. It was a phone that I used to take on-air calls on the stream that I used to run. And he thought it would be ever entertaining because if I went to bed, I used to just leave it on the side in silent. But I'd wake up the next morning and there'd be like 20, 30 calls, right, from when I shut the stream down, all through the night to about 4 or 5 in the morning of him leaving cryptic messages and, answer your phone, Mike, because I want to come and give you a blowjob. And stuff like that, and it's his voice. It's his voice. If you listen to the messages, you know it's him. And and the he only done that because I banned him from my channel. I wouldn't let him on. I just banned him from the YouTube channel, and then that's when the nasty side come out of him. And he went out of his way to put strikes against my channel, and because we were talking about COVID at the time. And then we get all these nasty messages. I actually phoned the fucking police about it because I was quite worried, because I said, is this normal behaviour? And it's not. We played one message out on one of my streams, and people were going, you need to get the police involved here. And
Mike, the best thing to do is, when you don't give them airtime and you don't talk about them, they tend to just.
That's why I banned him. Yeah, that's why I banned him. And but then he starts saying, "Oh, you talk about freedom of speech, but you won't let me have my freedom of speech." And it's like, well, look, I'm all for freedom of speech, but I just don't want a fucking idiot on. That's it. And
I do get that. I do understand. Listen, I know where you're coming from. Boys, look, it's a couple of seconds to 4. I got the kids getting up very soon. I'm going to be shutting down the live stream in literally seconds. But Loafer, before we go, I want to pick up everyone in the chat. I want to say thank you to Loafer for coming in tonight. I want to say thank you to Mike for coming in. I really, really appreciate it. I got video, before we go, people, I got Video Craig in the background. I don't know where there's a pot. Video Craig, show me your face. Yeah, it is. I can't let him on. But anyway, before we go, lads, I just want to big up Bright, Gav B, Old School Pete. Thank you for coming on as well, Wise. I see you in the chat. Solway, Fact Notification, Gavi, my co-host Jackie. I'd also like to big up Noah Lyons channel, Ultra, and all the. At the moment, we got 100 people watching. I just want to say to everybody, including Crinkle, the absolute beg, the absolute weirdo, why? Put your phone down, everyone. Have a good night. We're going to be back next Friday and Saturday. We're going to be roasting Crinkle. We're going to be having guests on. It's going to be music, live stream raids, and fun. I want to big up my 2 guests on a panel. Thank you for coming, lads. Everyone, get your heads down. Hit the lights on the way out. Thank you for being here. Good night, gentlemen.